is live. We're going to be live in one more second. As soon as I get... Do you wish to remove audio? No, I'm doing good. Start streaming. Here we go. Manage broadcast. Give me a couple of seconds, guys, while I'm getting this. Ooh, check it out. GIS. First thing this morning. Not even a hi, hello, how are you doing? Just GIS. Larry, James, I was talking to you today about investing, or am I being scammed? Larry, sorry, dude. I didn't talk to you today at all. Sorry about that. You fell victim to one of the 27. I got 27 people pretending to be me, and they do send out emails and text messages and whatnot. And if it has anything to do with cryptocurrency, Forex, futures, or anything whatsoever other than dividend stocks, specifically here, yeah, it's not me. Dave, you want to look at Macy's? Michael David Robinson, how are you doing today? So we have General Mills and Macy's on the list today. Yo, Obama Redneck. Gotta get my rug in order. I hate tile floors. So I gotta put a little rug down so I can stand on a rug. Alrighty, who do we got tonight? It was all about everything you said. What's on the screen? That's a screen. Oh, sorry. I'm getting set up with live on YouTube, and that takes a little while to get going. Kotler Hunt. Okay, interesting name. All right, we are live. Cool beans. So we got our YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I gotta get Facebook running and big screen on YouTube. And I have a new account. A new TikTok account. Can you believe that? I actually have one. Cold Tea. AGNC. AGNC and cold tea. I've never even heard of cold tea. Okay. Evening. Greetings. Hey, good evening. AGNC. We'll take a gander at AGNC. Let me get Facebook up and running. I don't know why. It's just like, hey, Facebook always has a tendency. They only hold the videos for 30 days. So, AGNC, you say. All right, hold on. We're going to get started in a second. And 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everyone. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Now, I only use pre-qualified dividend stocks, and those are companies that have consistently increased their dividends for a minimum of 20 consecutive years. Why is that? Well, why else would you invest in any company that's not consistently profitable? And why invest in a company that doesn't share their profits? So I want companies that share their profits, number one, companies that have been profitable for more than 20 consecutive years and share their profits for more than 20 consecutive years. Now, I use a trading strategy called dividend capturing. Now, dividend capturing is where you buy the stock, and then you sell an option for someone to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date, and it is one of the safest trading strategies out there. So why would you not do it? Now, you're going to look at a bunch of stocks that I do myself, and then a bunch that you guys actually rattle off for me to take a look at. Let me quickly tell you what we're looking at. Okay, so I've been doing this since early January. So as you can see, that's a whole bunch to look at for one day. Up. That was last week. This is the week before. The week before. The week before. The week before. So on and so forth. I have all these pages here since January 1st. Actually, January 2nd. January 2nd was my very first live trading day. I mean, live, what do you call it? My very first live here on TikTok and on the other trading platforms. So, that being said, I have committed myself to be here every single night for the next 6 months. So, from January 2nd to January 2nd, one whole full year. As of this moment, I've only missed 2 days. Hi, how are you doing today? Try Night More. Ooh, cool name, Try Night More. Way to go. All right, so I now have a second TikTok account, and it is the 10-minute trader. So you're not going to see it live yet, only because tonight is my very first video on the 10-minute trader. So the 10-minute trader and Dividend Stock Talk will be joined together, because basically it's the same thing, but the 10-minute trader, we're going to do a couple of different strategies over there for people who don't have as much money and might need a little bit more extra help. That being said, let's get in and get started. We have a couple on the list today. You guys rattle them off really quick. GIS, which is General Mills, Macy's, AG&C, Marathon. Those are the four I got from you guys so far. Cold Tea, I never heard of it, Coulter. Cold Tea, all right. Check out Costco. Costco's out of my price range. Sorry about that. Doug, seriously. Ooh, Dell. I bought some Dell today, I did. D-E-L-L. Yeah, Costco's just out of my price range. I don't do anything over 250 bucks. I just don't have as much money as you think I have. All right, what did I buy this morning? Oh, this morning, what did I buy? I bought a bunch this morning. I bought some Macy's, some MPW, some Walgreens, General Electric, NEE, Siri. What else? Comcast, Dell, CMG. Don't even start. Macy's, Series, and Walgreens. Okay, yeah. So those are the all ones that I bought in these particular accounts. I do have other accounts. Now, I do have over 6 different accounts. I only share 2 of them publicly. So there are stuff that I do share and some stuff I do not share. Hey, Hakuna is here. How you doing today, Hakuna? All the way from Sweden. Wow, it must be the other side. He's on the other side of the planet. I wonder what time of day it is. What time of day is it over there, Hakuna? Everything's good over here. All right, so let's continue with some of these questions. 10 more questions. Oh my goodness, so soon. I want that shirt. I have a bunch of them, and we are going to start selling them on the... It's Tuesday. Okay, but what time is it? Okay, so it's Tuesday at the moment over in Sweden. INTZ. Never heard of it. INTZ. All right, we'll get to that one very shortly. WBA, we are going to look at that one. I like that shirt. Well, I can get you one. You buy like 200 shares, then you sell calls at your buy price. Basically, kind of like that. Now, you're new here, a billion. Now, you're not that new. I remember that name. I've seen that name before. So you've been here before. Yeah, I buy dividend stocks, and I sell the rights, someone to buy them from me. Mr. Darrell, can options get assigned anytime during the week? Yes, Sheila, they can. Now, European options, you can only exercise them on the day of expiration. But United States, anytime whatsoever. You did knee, even with earnings coming out this week. Yep, absolutely. I don't pay very much attention to earnings. We are 6 hours ahead, East Coast. So it's 3:15 in the morning. Okay, so Hakuna, I'm going to take this as a major compliment for you to be up at 3:15 a.m. just to listen to me. I find that compliment. Thanks. I should check out Momo. I've never heard of Momo. Okay, so now let me ask you this question, Road 2002. Does Momo have 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options? That's my question. Why would I want to look at something that's not continuously profitable? That's number one. Why would I want to look at something that doesn't have weekly options, which will allow me to have weekly cash flow? I like weekly cash flow. Getting money every single week consistently. Okay, so I like safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's my goal. So how do I do that? Well, in 2008, my 9-year-old daughter wanted to learn how to trade that I was trading, because I was doing manufacturing and they was just throwing so much money at me. I had to figure what the heck to do with it. I mean, what do you do with money other than just throw it in the bank? Yeah. So I had to figure out what to do. So I tried all the interesting stuff. Do you buy stocks that report dividends, which you sell calls? Yes. Do you buy stocks that report dividends while you sell calls? Yeah. Do you receive deposit or check or what? Well, when it comes to dividends and covered calls, it all depends on how you want to do it. If you prefer to get a check, they'll send you a check. If you prefer to have a deposit in your account, they'll deposit in your account. You're unique and worth every minute. Thanks, Doc. Mostly observing. Dude, Walgreens totally missed earnings and you bought it today. Please explain. I love people like that. They're inquisitive. They want to know. So let's just pull it up right now and I'll tell you exactly why I like Walgreens where it is, regardless if they missed earnings. There's a reason why they missed earnings. WBA. And I hope you're not political because you're going to dislike me after I say all this crap. So the high of the year for Walgreens was 31.27. See it way over here? 31.27. We bottomed out way over here around 10 something, 10.69. That was a couple of weeks ago. So you might ask, why would I buy a company that's actually at the bottom of a 7-year period? Well, here's the thing. Number one, Walgreens has been in business for over 100 years. Number two, they've used to increase their dividends consistently. They've recently scaled back a little bit. They have 8,700 stores worldwide. That's a lot of stores. Okay? What else can I say? Oh, there's a Walgreens in almost every major city in the United States. So, here's the thing. When you make money in the stock market, you buy low and you sell high. There's absolutely no way you can buy any lower than it was a couple of weeks ago. Now, we're going to take a look a little closer at the numbers so you can see what we're talking about. The high of the year, 32.36. We already said that. And the bottom was 10.50, somewhere in that area. The last 90 days, which is, 3 months ago, okay? She's basically down, dropped. Now she's going sideways. Okay, great, fine. We're almost done with this over here. Hey, hell, you mentioned MEMA. You get the premium added to your buying power as soon as you make the deal. Okay, yeah, that's true, but it depends on how you want to take it. All right, so take a look at the last 30 days. That's what I find most important. The reason why I like the last 30 days, because I like to be in for 5 days only. Jump in on Monday, get out on Friday. If I have to hold it for 2 weeks, fine. Now, the longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. All right, I gotta stop right there. Come on. Good evening, everyone. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk. Brought to you by the 10-minute trade. Come on. I want to hold that to draft. Okay, let's do another one. Come on. This thing's going a little bit slower than I wanted it to. Okay, so as I was saying with Walgreens, they're over 100 years old. Okay, they consistently increase their dividends, or at least they used to. So I cut them a little bit of slack here and there. There's a Walgreens in every major city in the United States. Great. So when you make money in the stock market, you buy low, and then you sell high. You cannot get any lower than the 90-day, than the 7-year. Actually, this is a 7-year low. It hasn't been this low in 7 years. Okay, so why are they going down? Well, considering, I hate getting into politics, but it is what it is. Considering the administration, the current administration for the last 4 years, is not prosecuting criminals. So anything under $900 you can get away with. If you steal $900 or less, you can get away with. So Walgreens is just one of the stores, Macy's, there's a whole bunch of stores that are suffering because of the current legislation. Okay, fine, dandy. So what are they doing? They're cutting out the non-performing stores. So they had a report a couple of weeks ago saying they're getting rid of 25% of all their stores. Well, they got 8,700 of them. Okay, and a lot of the big manufacturers and a lot of the big companies are moving online. So yeah, you can still go to a Walgreens, okay, a physical brick and mortar store, or you can get your stuff online. So how is it affecting them, the transition from a storefront to a virtual store? And then getting rid of the stores that are losing money. Okay, so it's going to take them a year or two to iron out the kinks, so to speak. So let's put it this way. Why is that not recording? Now it's recording. Here we go. So put it this way. Walgreens is getting rid of the stores that are not performing well. Great. It's going to take them a while. What happened to British Petroleum when they sprung a leak in the Gulf? Well, it took them quite a while to clean up the mess, say sorry, pay their fines, and then move on. Now the stock's back at where it used to be. ExxonMobil, exact same thing. When the Exxon Valdez crashed, their stock took a tank. But the companies are so big that, yeah, they'll get over it in a couple of months, maybe a year or two. And then Walgreens will come back. But you cannot buy Walgreens lower than a 7-year low. I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, hey, it's my money. I'm the one risking my money. Why not? So if it's at a 7-year low a couple of weeks ago, what was that, the 9th? Yeah, the 9th bottomed out at 1069. Today, it bottomed out at 1080. Not quite a 30-day bottom, okay? So it's going to the upside. Is this stocks? Yes, it is stocks. Stocks and options. Okay, I actually do the safest trading strategy there is, and it's called a covered call, where you buy the stock, sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for 1%. You're welcome. Have a good day. Nice. Thanks for stopping by, at least saying hi. All right, so let's take a look at more of these questions. 26 more questions. Holy cow. Oh, a couple more reasons why I jumped into that. So let's go over it. Uh-oh. All right. What do you think of Google stock? No. Google doesn't share their profits. I like 20 years or more of increased dividends. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. The stock can go from 11 up to 30. I really honestly don't care. Honestly, I don't. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the premium. What's the premium? This is something not many people know of. All right, well, if I'm looking to buy Macy's, this is Walgreens. I'm looking to pay $11.31. Okay, so up on top here, you see all the numbers. $11.30 is the last price that it traded today. $11.28 is what I can sell it for if I wanted to sell the stock. If I wanted to buy the stock, I'm paying $11.31. The difference between the bid and the ask, the sell price and the buy price, is called the spread. Who gets that? The market maker. Now, you would think that 3 cents is not a lot of money. Well, it kind of is, because the market maker gets 3 cents per share that is traded. Whether the stock goes up or whether the stock goes down, the market maker gets 3 cents per share. So what is that? Well, 22.281. Well, let's figure that out. Clear this. We'll get our 3 cents right there, okay? And how many shares traded today? 22,281,403 shares traded today. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means the market maker today made $668,000. So how many market makers are there at Walgreens? Well, honestly, I really don't know. Some companies only have one market maker. Some have 2, some have more. So just imagine, if you're a market maker, $668,000 a day today, 3 cents a share. Well, that 3 cents a share came up to $668,000. What is your opinion on stocks from companies that make video games? All right, I only like stocks that have 20 years of increased dividends. I don't know any video game stocks that actually have 20 years of increased dividends. So I don't look at stocks as an industry. Like, what do? Video games, oil, bakery, refinery, gas, dry goods. I don't categorize them that way. The way I categorize them, how often do they pay their dividends? Okay. List number 1, the Dividend Kings. Okay, 54 companies. Yeah, Microsoft and Sony, exactly, those two. The Dividend Kings, 54 companies that have increased their dividends for 5 decades. That's over 50 years of increased dividends. So if you're sharing your profits and you're sharing more and more and more profits every single year, well, you must be doing something right. Those are the companies I like. 54 of them increased for more than 5 decades. Okay, so you have the Dividend Aristocrats and the Dividend Champions. Both of those, 25. What the hell was that? Excuse me. One thing you'll notice about me, I don't edit any of my videos. I shoot from the hip. It is what it is. Life gets in the way. Dogs bark. People knock on the door. It just happens. Right? Life happens. I don't edit anything. Okay? So, when something like that happened to you. What was I saying? I lose track. Dividend aristocrats and dividend champions, 25 years of increased dividends. 25 years of increased dividends. Now, between the dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, and the dividend kings, that's close to 200 companies right there. Next, we have the dividend contenders. 300 companies that have increased their dividends for 10 years all the way up to 24 years. Not quite 25, but getting up there. You earned a sub. Woohoo! I like Subway, it's my favorite. Something about that fresh bread. Anyway, then we also have Warren Buffett's list. Now, where do you get these lists? Well, you can go to Google and search. In the search bar, you can use Google, you can use Bing, whatever. Dividend Kings List 2024. It will give you a list of all the Dividend Kings. Then you put in the search bar, Dividend Aristocrats List 2024. And then you do the exact same. The Dividend Champions, the Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's Stock List 2024. It'll give you every single one of them. Okay? Between those 5 lists right there, that's 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends. Why would you look at anything else? I don't. So there's 300 companies I look at. Jump ship. Well, at least it didn't crack. All right, that's just not going to work. All right, we'll just shut that one down. That was my new TikTok one. Well, I'll get it set up. I'll get everything fixed up eventually. So, with those lists I just gave you, that's over 300 different companies that consistently increase their dividends. Why would you look anywhere else? Now, we checked the other day, what stocks has disappointed you the most this year? That would be Wynn, W-Y-N-N, and Aero, A-E-O. But don't get me wrong, I still have both of them, and I won't sell them because I have a couple of rules and a couple of criteria that has to be met first. First and foremost, this trading strategy was created for a 9-year-old. So most people here are over the age of 18, so it shouldn't be that difficult for anybody. That being said, let's see if I can move this over a little bit. See if I can squeeze that other camera in there. See if I can squeeze that other camera in. It's loading. All right, so put it right there. All right, it's loading, let it load. So between all those stocks we looked the other day and there's over 9,544. You know what?
Protecting you from something that was going to kill, steal, and destroy your destiny.
Come on. Okay, so there we go. Go and start again. All right, so I looked the other day. Matter of fact, let's just take a look really quickly right now to find out exactly what we're thinking, what we're talking about. We're going to go to a FinViz, which is a financial visualization stock screener site that allows us to take a look at how many different stocks are out there, what they look like, what we're looking for, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. First thing I want to look at right here, how many stocks are there in the stock market? 9,592. All right, so I was incorrect a little while ago. 5,900. Sorry, 5,000. 9,000. What's the freaking number right here? 9,592. Just shy of 9,600. Just shy of 9,600 companies that you can invest in at any moment. I only look at 300. Okay, out of those 300, they've all increased their dividends every single year. So why would I want to invest in a company that doesn't share their profits with me and is not consistently profitable? Why? I don't. Me personally, I like companies that share their profits. Now, I'm 60 years old, I'm retired, so the money that I have set aside, I have to live off of for the rest of my days. So that money that I get 1% on a weekly basis is perfectly fine for me. So I'm retired, so I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent cash flow. Yahoo Finance, because I know we're going to be looking up Yahoo Finance in a little bit. Someone's going to ask me something, and I'm going to have to look it up. So I'm just going to get set up now. All right, so now while that's setting up, there we go. Let's go back to here where we are. Now, where were we? Let's take on some more questions. So that's why I like Walgreens. You asked me why I like Walgreens at a 30, I mean, they're at a 7-year bottom. Okay? At a 7-year bottom, if I bottom, let's move this over. If I buy them at 11.31, because that's the price for tomorrow morning. If I buy them at 11.31 and I sell them at 11.50, I'm collecting 11 cents per share. Well, that's just about 1%. And that's what I'm looking for, a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's over 50% per year, and I'm pretty much okay with 50% per year. Plain and simple. Okay, yep, I explained it, there you go, good. Yeah, okay, added to your buying power soon, yep, you're correct. Good, thanks. Mostly observing, no politics, just making money. Absolutely. Walgreens, low pay for covered. Walgreens, what is that name? Annex? All right, Annex. Take a look. If I'm buying it at 11.31, right, and I'm selling it at 11.50, that's 11 cents a share. Now, 11 cents a share on an $11 stock is about 1%. So the bid is 11 cents and the ask is 12 cents. Somewhere right in the middle, it's going to get my 1%. And am I okay with 1%? Well, yeah. Do I like Walgreens? Yeah, I've been buying Walgreens all year long. NPGF. No problem, girlfriend. I'm assuming that's what it means. Do you charge to draw money from that account? Do I get charged? No, since it's not taxed. Well, put it to you this way. Nobody's coming knocking on the door yet asking questions. Simone, how are you today? So based on that logic, buy CVS instead. Well, let's take a gander at CVS and see what CVS says. Because CVS is on my list also. You know, it's like Walgreens is on the list because it's a good company. It's in every major city. CVS, same thing. It's in every major city. So where is my generation and the older generation going to get our drugs from? Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. What are the other drug pushers in the United States? There's a CVS in every major city. There's a Walgreens in every major city. There's a Walmart in every major city. Well, that's where we're getting all our prescription drugs from. Okay? So let's take a look at CVS. 58.43. Okay? So I'll be looking at the 59s. The 59s aren't quite paying 1%. Walgreens is paying a better premium. So why would I choose CVS? Okay? A year ago, CVS is at 75. Topped out in the beginning of January at 83.32. Bottomed out at the end of May at 52.84. Okay? So look at the pattern. Look at the pattern we're looking at. There's 5 things I want to see when I look at a chart. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it? Where is it? And what direction is it going? Well, look at this high right here. 1, 2. Let me get this again so people can follow along. All right, that. There we go. I just need some room to move the mouse. So take a look. The high. 6/7. What's that? June 7th. 61.95. 61.84. 61.87. 62.07. 61.98. 62.01. 61.99. Well, that's what you call resistance. This thing, if CVS was worth more than $62, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times it didn't go over 62. What is that telling you? That's telling you that you and me, the buyers and sellers, don't think it's worth more than 62. Okay? So, the low, the bottom, 529. That was at 52.99. She goes up, pulls back, up. Now it's time to pull back. The last 30 days. Okay? What do you think? Check it out. 30 days ago, we opened up at 61.12. One day later, on the 24th, was the high of the 30-day period, 62.07. And she drops into a double bottom. Check that out, a double bottom on the 5th, and then again on the 9th, and that was 55.84. Okay, so you can only have one top and only can have one bottom. So what do we have here? 624, we have our high. We have our bottom at 55.89. She shoots up. Well, what happens after the 30-day high? Well, it could be profit taking. 3 profit taking days in a row. CVS, no thanks. I'll wait a couple of weeks for you to drop. So I'm going to put CVS on the list for a couple of weeks. For next week, maybe. Because if we're here now, right? If we're here now, a couple more days to the downside, and then she turns around, goes back up again, it might be perfect for next Monday, depending on when they're paying their dividend, of course. So I like to buy a stock just before they pay their dividend. All right, I got 27 more questions. Jessica King, hey. All right, why are you buying Nike? NKE. All right, we're going to take a look at Nike. Larry, can I move next to you and learn all your secrets, or can I just give you money to invest for me? Believe it or not, Larry, I do invest money for people, but I don't know you, and it takes about 6 months to a year before people can convince me to invest their money for them. So I find it to be a very personal thing. You know, money to me is very personal. And I don't invest money for people I don't know. Sorry. Just works out that way. Works better that way, because and I definitely don't invest for friends and family. You know, not that I consider them a friend. It's just, you know. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. More questions. All right, let's take a look at a couple more questions before we move on. Need to buy top computer. Where should I go? Mark, I can't help you out with that one. Ryan, 14, investing everything to VOO. Oh, Ryan. Now, you missed last night, Ryan, where I picked on VOO, telling people what a piece of crap it is. Now watch. I probably shouldn't say that. There's probably some nice people working at VOO. But here's the thing. A year ago, well, not even a year ago, last October, look at where we were, 375, right? Now she jumped up to 520. So from 375 to 520. That's a big jump, right? Is that 125? 375, 475?
There we go. Go and start again. All right, so I looked the other day. Matter of fact, let's just take a look quick.
You were being rejected. Remember the
Come on, you can do it. All right, I got a new TikTok channel, so I have to record every what is it, 10 minutes? So I got all these videos. Anyway, so where was I? So here's the high of the year. That's like $150 increase in, what was that, 7 months, 8 months? And you got profit taking is going to be right here. Because I'll tell you one thing, if I bought it at 3 something last year and now it's at 520, yeah, I'm going to take profits. That's reason number one. Reason number two, let's go on over to Yahoo Finance, and we will put VOO in here. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the numbers for VOO. First thing I want to show you, okay, Ryan specifically, you buy VOO, yeah, they're going to give you a dividend every month. Whoop-de-doo. What you're getting for the year is 1.32%. Let me say it again, 1.32% Okay, I'm looking and I'm showing you ways to get 1% per week. Now, 1% per week comes to over 50% per year. You're giving your money to a computer. And don't kid yourself that you're not, because an ETF, an electronically traded fund, people always say it's an exchange traded fund. Yeah, exchanges are all freaking electronic. Okay, bunch of freaking computers. You're giving your money to a computer, and the computer's giving you 1.3% for the year. That's number one. Number two, let's go take a look at the historical data and find out how well they increase their dividends on a consistent basis. So I'm on here in Yahoo Finance. We're going over to dividends only. Now, I want to look at the maximum amount of dividends. That means since they first started paying. Okay, so they first started paying dividends in 2010. So they've only been paying dividends for 14 years. Let's hear some of the numbers. Very first month, 56. Then they went down to 53. Went to 54, to 57, to 58, to 69. Good, up. Now, 57. Went back down again. 64, 69, 94, 67, back down again. So it goes up and it goes back down again. Okay, 74, 79, 91, 78, back down again. 98, 90, back down again. 95, 109, 101, back down. 95, down further. 88, down even further. I can go on and on and on. There's no consistency whatsoever in these dividends. So they're giving you a dividend, that's every 90 days. March, June, September, December. March, June, that's every 90 days. You're getting a dividend every 90 days. You get 1.3% return. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I can't get behind VOO. It's a big fat turd in my humble opinion. Okay? Haven't you seen enough of the Terminator movies? You're trusting a computer to take care of your money for you. Yeah, no thanks. I can't do that one. Sorry, Ryan, I can't help you out. You say you did MPN. What? MP? I didn't do MPN. I said MPW. MPN. What the heck is MPN? Can't find that symbol. That symbol doesn't exist. This guy's got knowledge I want. Hey, Billion. Thank you for that. BBSI. What do I think? Oh, you got to be kidding me. BBSI. Yeah, that's a no. Okay? BBSI, that's a no. Why? Well, look at the appreciation you got. Great. Well, it's at a high of the year at the moment. Look at this. Okay, I don't do the thing. Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, that's where you buy it at a high and wait for it to go higher. Yeah, you're standing on a ladder waiting for someone to bring you a taller ladder. Yeah, no thanks. Ain't doing that whatsoever. Okay? Number two, it's a monthly. Okay, so let's do a little bit of, hey, boys and girls, let's do a little bit of math. How many months are there in a year? Well, there's 12. If I have a monthly stock, which has options every single month, well, there's only 12 months in a year. Okay. Now, let's say hypothetically, I want to do a weekly optionable stock. See, July 26th. Okay, that's this Friday. August 2nd, that's next Friday. August 9th, that's the Friday after. August 16th, that's the Friday after. Every single Friday. Wait a minute, that's 52. So here's the question, boys and girls. Would you like to have 12 checks? Or would you prefer 52 checks? Now, if I'm aiming for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week, using covered calls along with weekly options, that's over 50% per year, and it's easy. Now remember, when my daughter was 9 in 08, okay, 2008, my daughter, who's now 25, can't believe I got a 25-year-old daughter. Anyway, she wanted to learn what I was doing. So, trying to teach a 9-year-old little girl how to trade. Okay, I had a challenge. It had to be simple. Simple. Number one, it has to be simple. Number two, it had to be safe, predictable, consistent. And here's the biggie. No way that she could lose. But what happens if a 9-year-old little girl starts losing money? She's going to cry. I'm going to feel like crap. And then who gets involved? Mama comes along and that couch is just not as comfortable as you would think. Come on, figure it out. Nobody wants to hear the little girl cry. So it has to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Great. That's my challenge. Well, here's how I came up with it. You ready? You could write them down if you want. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term because you just might have to. I've been trading for over 20 years. The longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. 9 months, that's it. Kimberly Clark, 9 months. Target, 6 months. PPG, 6 months. Those are the 3 lemons I had. I don't really call them lemons. I bought them, they went down, stayed down a little bit, they came back up, I sold them for profit. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It just kind of defeats the purpose. Rule number 3, make sure there's plenty increased dividends. I personally like 20 consecutive years. Because if a company is profitable for 20 consecutive years and they're sharing their profits with me, I'm okay with that. That's the only ones I look at, and there's over 300 of them. So why would I look at anything else? Why would I look at anything else? Rule number 4, make sure it has weekly options. Why weekly options? Because I want weekly cash flow. I am retired. I do not want to have to go back to work again. I only have this much money to play with. This much money. And that much money, 1% per week, satisfies all my obligations. I'm happy with what I am doing. I do not want to look at anything that takes my mind off of my goal. Now, like I said before, I do have 6 different accounts. Two of them I share with you guys. All right? Account number 1's up over 40% so far this year. Account number 2's up over 70% so far this year. And the safest trading strategy is buy a stock, sell somebody the rights to buy it from you, doing what is called a covered call. Extremely safe strategy. I got a bunch more questions to go. Let's see what they are. Yeah, I hear a yap. What the heck is he talking about? Yap. Wow, I missed all these questions? Really? All right, I already saw the BBSI. What do I think? All right, yap. Buy my stock so I can sell my TikTok followers. Sandwich. So nice of you to join in and have some comment. All right. Sectors. I don't do sectors either. Okay, I categorize the stocks that I look at. Let's change this up here for a second. This is how I categorize my stocks. By the calendar. I honestly don't care if it's an oil stock. I don't care if it's Weight Watchers. I don't care if it's a banking stock. I don't care if it's grocery stores. I don't care if they make tires. Honestly, don't care. If they have 20 years or more increased dividends, all that tells me is the company is successful and the company is profitable. That's where I want to put my money. 20 years of increased dividends and they share the profits. That's my only concern. Take a look at this. Ally Bank, Aon, ATVI, Wells Fargo, Capital One Finance, DHI, UPS, Jefferies, Apple, Visa, Louisiana Pacific Railroad, Siri, Kroger, HP, Heimlich and Payne, CVX is Chevron and Moody's, Johnson & Johnson.
TikTok channel, so I have to record everything everywhere for 10 minutes.
Give me a second while I do this. Come on.
God has a plan for you. Sometime.
I'm here on a roll. Okay, so as I was saying, you probably heard of every single one of these companies. Look, Bank of America, General Motors, Heinz, Kraft Heinz. You probably heard of all of those. All right, so I have over 300 stocks I take a look at, and they're all categorized by when they pay their dividend. Okay, the reason why I have them in the calendar, because just before the EX date, the stocks have a tendency to go up. So if I'm looking at these 3 stocks for this week right here, I want to find out which one best place to park my money. Okay, Bank of America, General Motors, Heinz, Kraft Heinz. Okay. All right, what do I think of Amgen? Let me put Amgen on the list. Amgen. We'll take a look at Amgen in a little bit. What's my opinion of Ford? We'll take a look at Ford also. Okay, you guys, end up with the questions. I can get to some of these stocks. Take a look. My five criteria. It has to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to overcome when creating this strategy for my daughter. You were saying something about collecting 1%. Yeah, a billion. I collect 1% every week. Sometimes not 1%. Okay, I'll give you a quick little. Where is it? Weekly, right there. Okay, the 10-minute trader. There we go. Let's take a look. Now, do I get 1% every single week? No, I don't. But here are my trades listed for the whole year. Okay, let's go all the way back to week number 1, and I'm going to show you that I don't get 1% every single week. Okay, I'm going to just stick with account number 1. Account number 1, 2.12%. Account number 1, that was week number 1. Week number 2, 1.3. Week number 3, 0.85. See, I didn't make a 1% that week. Week 4, didn't make 1% that week either, 0.9. Okay, week 5, 1.03. 1.06, 1.9, 2.03, 2.3, 4.6, 3.9, 0.9, 1.2, 1.5, 1.2, 1.19, 1.19, 2.6, so on and so forth. They're all listed right here. Just click on any single one of those. Look at this week. At all these positions, but I only made 0.6. So just above 0.5% that week. Okay, but if you add them all up together, okay, we are currently in week number 30 for the year. So from January 1st to today is week 30 weeks. So hypothetically, I should be at 30% or more, but no, I'm at 46%. 46% in one account and 70% in the other account. Now, one's a margin account, one's a cash account. So there is a difference between the two. I do not suggest you do a margin account until you understand what it is you're doing, the risks and rewards toward that. So, AGNC, it's on all this. We're going to take a look at it. Cooper, penny stocks, yeah, no. Hey, y'all, it's me, Ma. Yep. We're going to pay. No, we're not. Nope. All right, can someone take care of that dude? Not me, I want 300% per year. Okay, Gene, you're in the wrong place. If you know it's 5% ahead of then, it would be great. Rub your magic ball for the next one. Sorry, Neil, I can't help you out with that one. I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1%. I don't do any of that weird shit. Sorry. Do you still like Walgreens? Yes, I still like Walgreens. Home Depot, yes, Home Depot is on my list. I'll actually write it down. We'll take a gander at it. Home Depot. What if my average cost of Walgreens is $14.80? All right, Roger. Well, you have a couple of choices. You can dollar cost average and get more to lower your average price. Or you could sell an option that is further out, like the 12 or the 12.50, or you can go a couple of months out. Okay, look at the August. What'd you say you were? 14? The August 14 is going for 3 cents a share. Now, the interesting thing about stocks, most people buy stocks and hold them for decades. Okay, fine. They collect a dividend every 90 days, which is every quarter. Okay, no problem with that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that trading strategy. It just doesn't work for me. Okay, I want 1% every week, and I found a way to do it. So if it works, it works. Now, when you buy a stock, such as Walgreens, and you're into it at 14, which I don't understand how you got it at 14, because it hasn't seen 14. Oh, there it is. It's seen 14.80 right there. Back in end of May, she actually went down at 14.68. So, other than that, you have a couple of choices. You can dollar cost average down, that's one choice, or you can just sell a lower premium. So right now, if I was in your position, I'd be looking at the 11.50s or the 12s and keep my eye on it. Because I look at the stock market twice a day. Okay, once in the morning with my morning trading group. Okay, it's just a bunch of us got together and we want to trade. Or at night, which I'm here with these shows showing you guys. So I look at it twice a day. So right now it's at 11:30. It looks like it's going to the upside. So I'm not quite sure what to tell you at 1480. I'd still be looking at the 12s or the 1250s. Granted, not paying much, but the further out you go, the more it pays. That's just all there is to it. So more questions. Macy's, Simone, you want to put? All right, we're going to take a look at Macy's as soon as we look at General Mills. What's your favorite dividend stock? That would be Macy's this year. Hershey, oh, HSY, HSY. We're going to take a look at Hershey's also. Chad Wisniewski, how you doing? JEPI, sorry Richard, JEPI is going to big fat no. There's several reasons why it's a big fat no. JEPI, but number one reason is that it's a monthly. And monthlies do not have weekly options, which means I cannot get a weekly paycheck from JEPI. So JEPI is a big fat no. Don't even beat a CD. Okay. Jesse, over here on Instagram. How are you doing, Jesse? Doesn't touch HYSA. I never even heard of HYS. What the heck is? Oh, high yield savings account. Really? Yeah. Don't even get me in that one. Glad. GLAD. We'll take a look at that one. I'm pretty sure that's a monthly also, though. USOI. Andy, really? USOI. All right, Richard, I already said no to JEPI. Okay, JEPI is a monthly, which means I can only write a covered call on JEPI 12 times a year. Okay, whereas Macy's, AT&T, General Motors, General Mills, I got a whole list of stocks that I can do on a weekly basis. I want a weekly cash flow. I do not want a monthly cash flow. Okay? I want to stick to what is pertinent, and that is not. USOI. That has no options. That's a no. IWMY? IWMY? You gotta be kidding me, really? That's a no also. Andy, yeah. USOI is a no. I already looked at that one. All right, Wiz the Trader. SLNA. Yeah, that's a no also. Really? 3 cents? Come on, give me a break. Somebody get rid of that guy. VOO cost 3%. SPOY is 9% cost. Okay, Larry, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. All right, J Mills. Glad, no. Maine, no. Gain, no. Okay, all three of those don't have 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. Wildcat Sam. Hey, James, how's your Monday? My Monday was great. I made a shit ton of money today. Your daughter still trades stocks? Not as much as I'd like her to. Great advice. You're welcome. Where's the list of 300? Richard, you ready? Here you go. This is how you get your list. Go to Google, in the search. You put in the search, Dividend Kings list 2024. Boom, there you go, 54 companies. Dividend Aristocrats list 2024. There's 67 companies. Dividend list, wait. Dividend Champions. Yeah, Dividend Champions list 2024, 150 stocks. Dividend Contenders list 2024, 300 stocks. Okay, right there's over 300 stocks. Terry, how are you doing today, Terry?
As I was saying, you probably heard of every single one of these companies. Look.
Wow, I'm getting my new TikTok account up and running. Come on. All right. It's going to be a long night if I do this every 10 minutes. Lowe's is on my list. You like, what is your strategy? My strategy is simple. I like to do dividend stocks, and I like to write covered calls against dividend stocks just before the dividend date. Lowe's. I buy Lowe's every single quarter. How low can crowd go? Don't know. It's not on my list. Andy, I have no idea how many times I have to tell you USOI is no, no, no. What's your favorite dividend stock? Macy's. Evident SLV. SLV. iShares ETF. Another computer traded stock. What was it again? SLV. SLV. Let's see how often they've increased their dividends. No dividends at this time. So let me see, Terry, if I can understand this for a second. You are actually a really good teacher. Hey, thank you about that. Terry, let me ask you a question. If it says there are no dividends in this selected time period, if they have no dividends, why would you introduce a stock to a channel that says dividend investing for weekly cash flow? If the stock that you are suggesting doesn't have dividends in the first place, it's just wasting our time. So that's a big fat no. All right, let's go. What do we got next? How do you determine how much to put into each trade? That's an excellent question. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I have $100,000 in my account and I want to do 4 trades. Well, it's 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. Well, I have 98% of all my money invested at all times. Why would I leave my money sitting on the sides when I could be making a 1% per week from that money? Now, you might be asking, well, how do you do that? Well, all my money is invested at all times. I have a credit card and a debit card attached to my trading account. So every Monday, I buy my stocks and I sell my covered calls. The covered calls which I sell, that money goes into my account instantaneously. And that's the money I use to pay my bills. Okay, so my little egg basket, my little nest egg, okay, that is left alone. What is your opinion on Manchester United stock? Is it a real stock? I never even heard of it, and you have to give me the ticker symbol. Okay, the actual ticker symbol. Okay, now I've been doing this for a long time, so when you guys throw up some stocks at me, I can take one look at them saying yes or no. SLV is a big fat no. Next, thanks. Andy, you still want me to look at USIO, OI. Okay. Whoops. Okay, Alex, Tesla. No, I don't do Tesla, and the reason why I don't do Tesla is the same reason why I don't do a lot of the main big stocks, because they don't have 20 years of increased dividends. If you're not consistently profitable, if you're not sharing your profits with me, I want nothing to do with you. I have 300 confirmed companies that do exactly what I'm looking for. Home Depot is one of them. Tesla is not one of them. Sorry, asked twice. Didn't mean to. All right, Richard. Dollar General. Ooh, I like Dollar General. DG, we'll put that one on the list. As soon as you guys stop asking questions, I can start going for the stock list. Good, thank you, Terry. Way to go. Evan Clark, Black Hole Shoals. I have no idea what that means. Gab, it's an equity fund. Yeah, Richard, unless it has 20 years of increased dividends, I have no desire to look at it. And weekly options. Okay? Gab, G-A-B. Yeah, no options. That's a no. Exelon. Will, you have to give me the ticker symbol. Good times. Let's look at SJM. Is that Smuckers? SJM? It is Smuckers. It's a monthly. Sorry. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts. You're welcome. Nah. James has been listening to Pocket FM. I have no idea what Pocket FM means. HL. I have no idea what HL is. What is HL? Really? Yeah. I seriously doubt. Hecla Mining. HL. Really? DHL. Oh, check it out. They have, wow, they paid dividends in 2011, 2 cents. 2013, nothing. 14, nothing. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, nothing. And then 21, they decided to give them a penny. And they're still at a penny. Yeah, not profitable. Sorry, Steve. That's a no. IBIT. Never heard of IBIT. You know, it's funny. When I say I never heard of something, IBIT, yet you guys still want me to take a look at it. Yeah, it's an ETF. That's a no. KREF. Never even heard of that one. KREF. Yeah, no. Come on, guys. Seriously. 20 years of increased dividends. Okay? 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. You guys keep throwing this junk at me. All right, Frankie, I'm not even going to bother looking at that one. Jeff, I'm not going to bother. Two-door, I'm not even going to bother. Frankie, no. Steven, no. What did you do if you don't hit your sales price this week? Well, remember rule number 1? Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Going into every single stock trade I make, I'm buying it as if I'm going to hold on to it forever. Okay, that's my intention going in. If I can get my profit and get the hell out within 5 days, well, yeah. Nobody ever went broke taking profits, so why wouldn't I take a profit? Verizon is on my list. We'll take a gander at that. James, are you sharing your screen on YouTube? Yeah, it should be on YouTube. Have you ever made a business? Yeah, a couple of times. I sold my last business. Ooh, LEN, Lennar. I like LEN. COF, Sheila. Nice. I like COF. COF. I'm almost caught up with these questions. We can start looking at some stocks. Did it succeed? Yeah, I sold it because I got divorced. Okay, Leroy, we are going to look at Lennar. Show the chart what you're looking for. All right, equity, I'm going to look at that in a couple seconds. TSMC, never heard of it. Aflac is a good one. AFL. PVI, never heard of it. Okay, so DHI, UPS, DHI, UPS. You know, you guys want me to look at some stocks, you got to stop rattling them off. I get way too many to look at as it is. Okay, PLV, probably not. PVL. Larry, MPW didn't have increased dividends. Yes, Larry, I'm aware of that. Walmart. We already looked at MPW. WMT. So you guys don't understand the concept of stop rattling off stocks so I can get to this. Cisco, SYY. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop questions. No more. No more questions. All right. No more questions, so I get rid of some of these stocks that are on this list. I got like 30 stocks you guys want me to look through, but you keep rattling off all these questions. Not even questions. You guys sending me a lot of garbage. PVL. What the hell is PVL? PVL. Yeah, hell no. What the hell's the matter with you? What the hell are you thinking? All right, start at the top of the list. GIS, General Mills. I love General Mills. General Mills is on my list. They've been in business for over 100 years. Why wouldn't they be on my list? Let's take a good gander at the numbers. First thing I want to look at, I want to take a quick look at the chart. High, low, where was it, where is it, what direction? Great, I'm okay with it. Let's go to the numbers. 65.32, the closest one is going to be the 65.50, 15 cents. Let's all they say this together. Oh, hell no. Not a $65 stock for 15 cents a share. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, no to General Mills. I don't know who came up with that one, but Macy's is next on the list. Macy's, I love Macy's. It's my favorite stock. This year made a ton of money off of Macy's. What is the price? First thing I want to look at, the high, the low, where was it, where is it, which way is it going, blah, blah, blah. Great. Now, if I'm going to buy it, 1666. Great. What is the closest strike price to 1666? It's going to be the 1650. The 1650 is going for 33 cents per share. Okay, so what is that? For that we're going to pick up. For that we're going to pick up our calculator, do a little bit of calculating. So 33 cents a share. Okay, so we're looking at 33 cents a share, and then we're going to divide it by the purchase price, 1666. 1666. That comes to a grand total of 1.98. That's a 2% trade. Okay? So ask yourself this question. So there's a couple of questions you have to ask yourself each time you do this. Number one, do I like Macy's? That's a simple question. Do I like Macy's? Can I see myself holding Macy's for a long period of time? Because you just might have to. What do I want to do? Well, I want to buy it and I want to get rid of it within a couple of days. So let's look at the last 30 days. Because the last 30 days gives me a good indication of what's coming next. Because you can only have one 30-day high and you can only have one 30-day bottom. So what are we looking at? 30 days ago, we were at 1830. The 30-day high was 2047, and that was the 5th of July. Okay, so you had a big gap down. Now, I love gap downs. You see this gap between here and here, how there's nothing between it? Well, that's going to fill eventually, because you're talking about a 100-year-old company. Why did it drop? Well, it dropped because Macy's said hell no to the investors who wanted to come in and buy. No, we don't like your deal. No, they walked away. All right, so where is it now? 30-day bottom on the 15th. Okay, just because they walked away from the negotiating table and said no, what's the reasoning for the drop? Well, why did it drop? Because the market maker dropped it. What did he do? Take a look at this. You're gonna love this. Now we did this a little while ago, but I'm gonna do it again. Now remember, while we said the difference between the bid and the ask, okay, between the bid and the ask, 1640 and 1666, okay, that is called the spread. The spread is what the market maker makes. So let's take a look at this date right here, 7/15, and see how many shares actually traded on the 15th of July. Okay, so the 15th of July, let's go back and see. Okay, so here's the chart, here's the highs, here's the low, here's the big gap right there. On average, this stock trades 4.5. See the number right there? Way over here in the corner? Okay? 4.5 million shares a day on average for Macy's. 4.5 million. Okay. How much traded this big gap down? 23.5 million shares on that one day. Just because the market maker took that news and said, you know what? I'm going to drop the price. The market maker is the only one who has that kind of power. He can take a look at the stock, take whatever news he deems worthy, and changes the entry or exit price first thing in the morning. It's the only stock price that is controlled by one person, because the high and low is controlled by us when we do the buying and the selling. We create this mess. We create how many shares are bought and sold. We create what the high and what the low is. The only thing the market maker does is he or she, equal opportunity, will open it at whatever price they want. So whatever the market maker opens it, that's the only price that is controlled by one person. Again, he will decide, like tomorrow, he'll take a look at all the information, and then he'll decide, or she will decide. Don't give me all that crap, I don't. Okay, it's easier if I just say he. If you guys really want me, I'll say she. All right. If she wants to open it up first thing in the morning at whatever price, that is her prerogative. That's what the market maker's job is to create the market. So let's get back and get away from this crap. Okay. So I like Macy's. Macy's gives over 1%. Actually, the example I'm giving you right here is close to a 2% trade. But the question you need to ask yourself, do I like Macy's, and do I want to hold on to it for a long period of time? It's been in business for over 100 years, okay? They have name recognition every single year, 5, 6, 7 times a year. Macy's Day Parade, Macy's New Year's Parade, Macy's Easter Parade, Macy's Valentine's Parade, Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, Macy's Christmas Parade. Macy's is a huge name. The name recognition itself is worth more than $24 a share. Anyway, Next on the list, that was Macy's. AGNC. AGNC. All right, very first thing I always want to look at, high, low, where was it, where is it going? Okay, great. What am I buying it for? $10.07. Okay, I know kids in high school that can buy stock at $10.07. Not really, I don't know any kids in high school. But when I was in high school, I could buy stock for $10.07. Okay, so the $10 one is going for 30 cents a share. If I bought it at 10.07 and I sold it at 10, yeah, I'm going to lose 7 cents, right? But if I'm selling it for 10, I'm going to collect 37 cents. I take the 7 cents off there, so I'm only walking away with 30 cents. Well, what's 30 cents on a $10 stock? That's a 3% trade. Now, you guys may not, find it interesting 3% trade, but 3% is 150% per year. 3% per week is 150 cents per year. Not saying you're going to get that every week. Okay, now the reason why I'm doing this, you might think, well, why is he just chasing 1%, 2% here and there? Because this trading strategy gives me 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. Every morning, 10 to 15 minutes, I buy my stocks, I sell my stocks, I look at them. 10 to 15 minutes a day gets me 1% a week. I always you'll hear me say on my videos, hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-minute trader. The 10-minute trading strategy is basically designed for you to take a look at it 10 minutes. And as a matter of fact, we're going to go over a couple. We're going to take a look at 5 or 6 stocks, and I'm going to show you how quickly and how simple it should be. All right, so let's give it a quick try. All right, let's do right here. This week right here. We're going to look at Siri, LPX, okay, Siri, LPX, Visa, Apple, Jeffries, and UPS. Now, I'm going to show you what I do in the morning. Okay, I'm not going to do a lot of explaining. I'm just going to quickly go through it so you'll understand what I mean by 10 minutes a day. All right. Only ones I'm going to look at is these 5. All right. First thing, Siri. SIRI. High, low, where was it, where is it? Cool. 346. The 350 is going for 6 cents. That's over 1%. Great. All right. Low right there. Up, high. Okay. High there. Bottom here is turning to the upside. Great. I like Siri. That works for me. Next on the list. So Siri's a yes. LPX. Wait a minute. Before I do that, what does Siri's usually do this time of year? Seasonality. Quick. Look at that. Another little peak. Gotta love it. So I like Siri. Siri's a yes. Next on the list, that LPX. LPX. First thing I want to see, high, low, where was it, where is it, what direction it's going? That's going to be a no because it's at a 30-day high. And it's a monthly. That's a no. Visa. V. High, low, where was it, where is it, where it's going? Cool. 267.65, 267.50, 475. That's well over 1%. All right. Okay. Okay. Nice. 30 days. 621. There we go. High, low, up, down, up, down. It's going to the downside. I'm not quite sure here. This is questionable. I'll take a look at it again tomorrow because it doesn't look good at the moment. I like 2 days to the upside. Apple. AAPL. Okay, that's a little too close to the high for me. That's going to be a no. Jeffries. I think Jeffries is a monthly, isn't it? JEF. It is. Last on the list, UPS. UPS. Okay, high, low. Where was it? Where is it? Yeah, a little too high. See, the 30-day high is here. 3 days to the downside. Yep, no. All right, so I just went through those 5 stocks in less than 4 minutes. Okay, that's what I do. Why would I want to buy something that's at a 30-day high? See where it is right here? Too close to the high. I want to wait for it to come down to here. All right, it comes down to the bottom. So here's the 30-day bottom right here at 132.97. Why do I want to wait there? Well, what has it been doing? Okay, here's the high. It goes down, it goes up, 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 down, it goes up. You think the stock is going to stop off and say, wait a second, I got to go to James's house, make his bed, put some candies on his pillow, and wash his car before I go back up and do something. No, they don't do that crap. They go up, they go down. That's all they do. Okay? She goes up, pulls back, up, pulls back, up, pull back, up, pull back. Or you can call it up, profit taken.
And then we're going to divide it by the.
You can say up, profit taking, because it's basically the same thing. Okay? The stocks go, okay? Bottom here goes to the top. Bottom here goes to the top. Bottom here goes to the top. All it does. I'm just waiting for it to go to a bottom, turn around, go back up again. That's when I want to buy, because you make your money in the stock market buying low, selling high. Okay, so you make your money in the stock market when you buy low and sell high. Okay, so if I'm buying low, selling high, am I getting my 1%? Okay, I'm buying it the ask price, because the bid is what you can sell it for. The ask is what you can buy it for. Okay, if the asking price is 146.25, the closest strike price is going to be the 146, which is going for 380, and we all know that's well over 1%. As a matter of fact, that's over 2%. Okay, UPS 2%. Oh hell yeah! But is it the right time to buy it? Okay, look what our 30-day bottom is over on the 14th, way over here. Look where our 30-day high is 2 days ago. Okay? What happens after a 30-day high? Well, I'll tell you what I do on a 30-day high. I sell and I take the profits, because it's not a profit until you take it. Sorry, but it's actually that simple. And here's something else. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. Okay? Nobody ever went broke taking profits. Get the profit is there, take it. I love it when people say, yeah, I've had this stock for 10, 15 years. Why? What do they do? It goes up, it goes down, goes up, it goes down, goes up, it goes down. Why not sell it when it goes up? When it comes back down, buy it again. You liked it the first time, why not buy it the second time? As a matter of fact, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Ford. Why the hell not? I like Ford. Okay? Ford's not paying a dividend in August, not paying a dividend in July. Okay, where the hell is Ford? All right, you know what? There it is right there. April. Ford paying a dividend in April. The fourth week in April. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth week in April. Okay, I'll have Ford. Okay, you buy it 2 weeks before the dividend date. Here's the dividend date. 2 weeks before on a Monday. So if I buy it on the 10th, well, let's say I buy it for $13. Let's pull it up right here. Ford. Okay, so Ford's at $14.12. I wouldn't buy it now because it's too close to the high. But let's just say for fun of it. If I liked it at $14.12 and I bought it here on the 10th, $14.12, and I sold somebody the rights to buy it from me for $14, and I make my 1%. If it's above 14 on the 14th, that's kind of funny if you think about it, I will be back into cash. And I'll have a choice to either do it again or go into another company. So what do I mean by going to another company? Well, let's take a gander at this. Okay? Oracle, Abbott Labs, FCX, Apache, Clorox, Procter & Gamble, Caterpillar, Nokia, Ford, Lowe's, AGNC, Bank Mellon, Baxter, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley. These are the only companies I look for. Okay, I look for decent companies that have consistently increased their dividend. It's actually that simple. It actually created for a 9-year-old. If it is on the list, okay, I only want to look on a certain set of stocks on a certain week. Now, today is week number 30 for the year. Okay, week 30 for the year, which is the fourth week. Is it the fourth week? I don't know. Okay, we are in the 22nd. It is the fourth week of the third quarter. Okay, there's week number 1, week 1 of the first quarter, week 1 of the third quarter, week 2 of the third quarter, week 3 of the third quarter, week 4 of the third quarter, sorry. That's where we are right now. So who's having dividends this week? Well, Apache, Bank Mellon, Caterpillar, Nokia, Lowe's, Costco, and Pfizer. They're all having dividends this week. Okay, that's where their EX dates are here. And if I liked any of them, I would look at them 2 weeks prior, which would have been on the 8th. And on the 8th, I believe I did buy Lowe's, I think, or Pfizer, one or the other. But those are the only ones I want to look at this week. The only ones. Okay, say, what did I pick up this week? Well, I picked up about 3 or 4 stocks, but then again, I had to spread it out through three different accounts. So in my own personal account, yeah, I picked up 1 stock today. That was it. Okay, so I looked through 20 different companies today. I only picked up 1. Okay, so what do I have? I have AEO, Biddo, Kohl's, Macy's, MPW, Walgreens, and Wynn. Okay, 3 of them are in the money at the moment. So the way it looks, maybe I'll be selling 3 of them this week. Fine, works for me. Low battery, how could you have a low battery already? You can't possibly have a low battery already. I don't know these damn things. Anyway, let's keep on moving. Let's keep progressing forward. So, next on the list, AGNC, we looked at Mara. Let's take a look at Mara. M-A-R-A. I find it so much easier to go through the stocks when you guys stop asking questions. And I have 50 more questions to go through. So just give me a few minutes, do a couple more stocks, and then we'll go and take a look at some of those questions. First thing I want to see, high, low, where was it, where is it, blah, blah, blah. It takes like 3 seconds. 3 seconds, seriously. High, low, where was it, where is it, what direction is it going? 3 seconds, okay? And it seems okay because your high's way up here and your low's way down here, see it? Okay, high's way up here, low's way down here. Here's where it is at the moment, and this is where it was a year ago. Okay, so fine, takes 3 seconds, great. So I'm buying it if I like it. So what are you looking to buy on Monday the 29th? Well, Adam, I'm not going to know that until the 29th gets here. Sorry. Where are we? Oh, 23.77. That's the current price. The closest strike price to 23.77 is going to be the 24. We'll take a look at this. The 24 is going for $1.15. That's a 4% trade. So here's the question. Do I like Marathon? Okay? Do I like it? Do I like it at this price? Well, the high of the year is at 33.86. 33.86. It's at 33.95 at the moment. The bottom of the year is at $7.16. So it's not at the bottom and it's not at the top. It's somewhere in the middle. So what has it been doing for the last few months? Well, she's been channeling. Look at this. Just channeling sideways. And then she just peaked up recently. So I'm not going to do it because I don't like this right here. Okay, the high of the 30-day period was 4 days ago. Yeah, it's a little too high for me. I'll wait for it to come back down around what, the 17, 18, 19 area. Okay, so if she's been channeling right here at the 1850 area, well, I'll wait for it to come back down again. It will, because that's all stocks do. They go up and they go down. When it comes back down to the price that I like, then I'll buy it. Until then, I'll just put it on my list to check every once in a while. Simple enough. What is your win-loss rate? Infinite Sky, that's an awesome question. So, would you buy Verizon today? Now, Verizon is on the list. We are going to take a look at it, so give me a few minutes and we'll get to it. So what is my win rate? Now, here's the thing, okay? This year, I've lost money on 1 stock and 1 stock only, and that's Able Mall. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go profit and losses. Let's get out of there. Profit and loss year to date. There it is right there. Okay? Top of the list. Able Mall. Year-to-date profit and loss, negative $336. Everything else was a winner. Okay, that's in this particular account. Next account. Okay, this one is showing 3 losses. Okay, but they're not really losses. Okay. NYCB, New York City Bank, lost money on that one. Marathon. It's showing that I'm losing money on it, but I still own it, and I refuse to sell at a loss, so it's not really a loss, correct? Next one, Win Resorts. Again, a loss, but I still own it, so it's not a loss. So in actuality, I only lost one in this account here, New York City Community Bank. Okay, we were playing with that one earlier. So that was my win-loss rate. Hope that satisfies your curiosity, Mr. Infinite Sky. Now, like I say, I do have 6 different accounts. I only share 2 of them with you guys, but I just shared 3 of them. Huh, imagine that. All right, so let's get back to where we were. That was Marathon. Dell. Ooh, I actually have some. I actually bought some Dell today. Okay, first thing, high, low, was, is, great. That's the chart. Next, 128.60 is the current price where I can buy it for. 128.60, simple math will tell you we're looking at the 129s. Okay, so the 129s are going for $2.30. That's well over 1 point. Hey, Tamir, how are you today? So that right there is close, it's over 1.5%. Let's find out exactly. 230, let's clear this. $2.30 divided by the purchase price, 128.60 comes to a grand total of 1.78%. That's almost 1.8%. That's a nice number. Okay, so 1.8% on Dell for the week. So if I buy it here, now here's the interesting thing about it. If I buy it at 128.60, it's an upward trend. If it hits my target, 129, I get my 1.8%, plus I get the 40 cent difference between the purchase price, 128.60, and the strike price, which I sell it for at 129. So I'm getting 40 cents for that stock appreciation. Okay, great. And I'm also collecting $2.30 for the premium, selling somebody the rights through a covered call. One of the safest strategies there is. Covered call, safe strategy. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. How can you go wrong? I get video cameras all over the place. I think I get 6 going today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cameras. 7. Holy shit, I got 7 going today. Cool beans. All right. No, 6. No, only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because this one part of the computer. All right, anyway. Next on the list. So I like Dell. Oh, wait a minute a second. Hold on a second. A year ago, bottomed out at 52.87, topped out at 179.97, and that was the end of April. Now, so from the end of April, she gaps down, kind of goes sideways for a little bit. Last 30 days, right here. Take a look at your last 30 days. 30 days ago, 145. A couple of weeks later, on the 9th of July, was the high at 150.23. Is Maxium Tech a good stock? All right, sorry, I don't do penny stocks, Ace. No penny stocks for me at all. I look for 20 years of increased dividends. I can't see a dividend stock being a penny stock. Sorry. So here's my high on the 9th. She drops, and here's my 30-day bottom right here on the 18th. What is that? 122.03. 2 days to the upside. That's a freaking invitation if I've ever seen one for me. So yeah, I did buy some Dell this morning. What did I buy? How many did I buy? Nope. Dell. Here we go. Dell right here. 400 shares, and I sold at 128.86. I sold the 128s for $319. Oh, nice premium on that one. Okay, next on the list, Momo. Are you kidding me, Momo? Who came up with this one? That's a no. Amgen. Amgen. Yeah. AMGN. AMGN. Gotta give me the right ticker symbol. That's gonna be a no for several reasons. Number one, it's out of my price range. Okay? Out of my price range. And it's, look how close it is to the high. Got way too much profit taking, sitting there waiting. See, if I could have bought it at 295 2 months ago, and now it's at 335, that's a $40 increase, which is over 10%. Of course, I would take profit if it's up over 10%. That's me. Why would I want to jump into a stock if she jumps up 10%, not get out? Okay, I'm not marrying any of these things. I just want that 1%. Safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. And if this works, fine. But at this moment in time, it's out of my price range and it's at a high. Okay? I don't buy at the high and wait for it to go higher. I don't do the thing. All right, F, we already looked at Ford. Home Depot. Home Depot, I love Home Depot. However, Home Depot, again, out of my price range, number one, and too close to the 30-day high. Sorry, Home Depot's a no. Hershey. HSY. Hershey. 191. What do you think of Hershey? Okay, Hershey. 194.52. I'll be looking at the 195s. Yep. Nope. No money there. Sorry. Glad. I don't know. I just know Glad's a no. Because I remember looking at it years ago. See? Glad's a no. USOI. What is this piece of crap? USOI. Yeah, no options. Yep, no piece of crap. LOW. I shouldn't say that because I don't know anybody that works there. They could be nice people for all I know. Okay, Lowe's, although I like it, it's going to be a no this week. Look, 240.70. Okay, I'll be looking for the 240s. It's only 220, not quite 1%. And look where we are, way too close to the 30-day high. DG, Dollar General. Okay, as soon as I get up to 50 questions, we'll start taking some of them. DG. Dollar General, I like where the chart is. High, low, where is it? Oh, that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. 123.60, I'm looking at the 124s. The 124s, well, we know 141 is more than 1% of 124. I mean, think about it. 124, 141 is more than 124. Okay. More than 1%. We does weeklies, not monthlies. Okay. All right. So, that's Dollar General. Let's take a quick look. Well over 1%. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Last 30 days. Take a look at this. Here's our bottom here. Ooh, let's look at the last 30 days because that's a looker. Look at what it did 30 days ago, 128. 30-day high 2 weeks ago at 135.46. Friday was the 30-day bottom. Today was an up day. Now, I personally like 2 up days in a row, so I'm writing Dollar General down, DG. I'm going to circle it for tomorrow, because if she opens up tomorrow on the higher side, well, that's a yes for me. All right, VZ. Somebody want to look at Verizon? VZ. Ooh, I like gap downs on a good company. Look at it. And look at the volume spike. Holy cow. Alrighty. Well, it's the high, the low. This is what I want to see right here. I want to see this. Okay, but at the moment, 39.17. The 39 is going for 42. If I take 17 off of that, it's not quite right. The 39.50 is not quite right either. Numbers just don't work, regardless of how appetizing that looks. Because you got a gap down like this on a stock like Verizon. Well, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Well, tomorrow you're going to have a lot of buyers coming in buying. And that thing's going to bounce to the upside. They call it, excuse the terminology, they call it a dead cat bounce. When it drops down like this, Okay, because they say no matter how hard you throw a cat against the wall, it's going to bounce. It's kind of a gross analogy, but that's what they call it. Dead cat bounce. She drops, she's going to bounce up. How much? I don't know. Sorry about that. That's what it's called. All right, next on the list, Lennar. Ooh, I like Lennar. So, Verizon is on the list for tomorrow. No, it's not, because the numbers didn't work. Sorry. Lennar. That's going to be a no. Take quickly. Chart. Too close to the high. Sorry. And I like Lennar. Lennar is on my list. COF. Capital One Finance. COF. Again, no. Look at, here's your 30-day high at 3 days to the downside. Look how far she gets to come down to come back to reality. Way down here. That's a couple of weeks away. So we'll put COF for a couple of weeks. Next on the list, AFLAC, AFL. No, way too close to the high. PVI, never heard of it. PVI. Invesco ETF, yeah, look at that mess. Oh, hell no. And it has no options. Who came up with that crap? DHI, that's on Warren Buffett's list. That's a no. Look at that big, huge high. Look at it. Okay, it's actually at the high. I don't do the higher thing. All right, UPS. Did we look at UPS a second ago? Yeah, again, too close to the high. UPS is a no. MPW. I know Doc was waiting for this one. Okay, 489. The high, low, is. All kind of nice. See that 489. The fives are going for 5 cents, which is 1%. Okay, works for me. Okay, it bottomed out at 290. Look at the high right here. Okay, last 3 months, 654. She drops, retrace, drops, retrace. Here's where we are now, last 30 days. Yep, a little too close to the high. You got profit taking right here. Just waiting to be taken. Okay? That was MPW. 2 more, then we'll go to the questions. Walmart, WMT, Wally World. Hell no. Look at that. High of the year. No, thank you. 64. Last one, Cisco. I'm pretty sure this is a monthly. It is. That's a big fat no. So let's get to the questions. I got 54 questions sitting out there. 54 questions to go. Here we go. 66. Ooh, win-loss ratio. Already did that. Why did that pin? Uh-oh. I missed all these questions. Anyone know if he's given a course for beginners? Yes, I do have course for beginners. Mikey G's here. Sparky, what do you mean when you said people don't want to take a tax hit? Yeah, if you're worried about taxes, you're asking the wrong question to the wrong person. Number one, if you're interested in taxes and saving money on taxes, you need to consult with a tax strategist or a tax planner. There should be no reason whatsoever you're paying any income tax whatsoever. And this is not advice. This is nothing. This is just me saying there's hundreds and hundreds of ways to legally reduce your income tax. That big fat book is there for a reason, to tell you how to do it. Okay, Cabot Wheeler looked at Home Depot. It was a no for this week. Sheila started last week, learned to pick okay charts. Still need to learn how to trade options. Sheila, you're doing well so far. Sheila, takes time for sure. Uh-oh. 86, way to go. Hey, Hollywood's here. You bought DAL today, Delta Airlines. Interesting. Looking at the chart, trying to figure out why, but okay. Okay, so 30 days ago, we opened up at 49.56. 1 day later, on the 24th. Okay, 1 day later on the 24th with Delta, we're at the high, 50.37. and you think of what happened yesterday, you think it's going to continue? Yeah, over the weekend. Yeah, I was one of the lucky few that got shafted with whatever reasoning it was that we had all the flights canceled. Lovely. Anyway, besides the point. So Delta Airlines, she gaps down, the gap filled, 30-day bottom, 42.21. She went up, she pulled back. I'm not quite sure why you jumped into that, Hollywood, but I'm sure you have your reasons. 43.89, the 44 is going for 55. Well, it's over 1%. I like Delta Airlines. I was a little unhappy with it this week. Hug Tony, if you had 50 grand, what would be the amount you would risk on each trade? Well, I do 5 trades, 10, 10, 10, 10. Board, across the board. And James, you get the 44-cent dividend from Dell today. Yes, I did. Yay! I got a nice fat premium on Delta, on Dell. Sorry, a big fat premium on Dell today, and I'm also going to collect the dividend. All right, works for me. Hollywood, I said Dell, not D-A-L. Yeah, okay. Hey, y'all, it's me, Ma. You have to sell before expiration. Not necessarily so. Great job, 90 minutes. Sheila, yes, I believe there's many other sites to paper trade for free. Yep, there are. Geno's, what's rocking and rolling? Cool beans. Apple, we already took Apple. What chump change for you, James? That's chump change for you. Yeah, thanks. CAG. CAG, Hollywood. CAG. $29.94, the 30s, 10 cents. Hollywood. What, are you kidding me? Seriously? Why would I do a $30 stock and get 10-cent premium? And look at the 30 days. Now, Hollywood, you've been here long enough. Look at the 30 days on CAG. 30 days ago, 28.77. She goes up. She drops at 30-day bottom on the 11th at 27.45. 3 days ago, we're at the 30-day top. 2 days to the downside. I'm not quite sure why you jump into Conagra, Hollywood. If stock gets assigned, does that mean it's purchased or the buyer can back out? No, 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 no. If the stock gets assigned, it means you no longer own it. Okay, so if I do Conagra and I sell the $30 call strike and it's above 30 on Friday, yeah, come Monday I'll be back into cash. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Jump in on a Monday or Tuesday, get out on a Friday, back into cash, grab our 1% on the weekly basis. Now, it only takes 10 minutes a day to do this. Okay, now I showed you how I breezed through 6 stocks and it took me less than 4 minutes. Okay, my phone's dying over here. So I'm going to sign off on this account over here. Hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, so make your money start. Okay, had to turn that one off. Battery died. Anyway. Okay, more questions. Hey, it's me, Ma. Have you been registered stock owner day before dividend? Okay. How much do you need to get started with this kind of training? All right, Matthew. Basically, you can get started with anything. Okay. The more you have, the more you make. The less you have, the more effort it's going to take. Because it takes a while to get the momentum going. And I suggest if you're just starting out, do a paper trading account first. It's free. It just takes some time. It's a new language. It's a new skill. It's a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week is what I'm looking to get. Okay, this trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. It's very rarely I ever do anything else other than this because it's simple, safe, and predictable. And 10 minutes a day, I mean, it's not that bad. James, what if you sell a call on shares and they don't get called away on Friday? Well, all that means is, let's go here for a second. All right, let's look at DAL, Delta Airlines. On the 30th of this month, Delta Airlines has its dividend. So when do I want to look at it? I want to look at it on the 15th. Okay? Let's say I buy it at 1:30, all right? And I sell it, the 1:30 call strike. On the 19th, which is Friday, at 4 o'clock, if it is above my strike price, well, I'll be back into cash. If it is below my strike price, I will keep the stocks and I'll do it again on the 22nd, which is the following Monday. Sell the exact same call strike. If I'm out on the 26th, great. Then I collected 2 premiums on the 15th and the 22nd. If it's not above my price on the 26th, I will bring it into the 29th and I'll do it a third time. Okay? Third time's a charm. I either hit my strike price or I don't. But guess what? I'll get a premium on the 15th. I'll get a premium on the 22nd. I'll get a premium on the 30th, on the 29th. And on the 30th, I'll get the dividend. Okay? So I'm buying a good stock, number one. Okay? Rule number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Okay? If you don't know what the company's doing, if you don't know what the profit margin is, if you don't know how often they increase their dividends, if you can't give me an elevator pitch as to why you bought it in the first place, then don't buy it. Never buy, rule number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Understand what you're buying. Know what you're buying. Know why you're buying it. What is your plan? Well, if I'm buying Delta Airlines, right? That's what Hollywood said. Hollywood likes Delta Airlines. Okay, fine. It's got a 15-cent dividend. Great. I'll buy it on the 15th. If I hit my target, great. I'm back into cash and I'm okay. If I don't hit my target on the 19th, well, I'll do it again on the 22nd. Collect another premium. Premium. If it hits my target, great. If it doesn't hit my target, I'll do it a third time. If it doesn't hit my target, I'll do it a fourth time. If it doesn't hit my target, I'll do it a fifth time. And I'll continue doing it, looking to sell for more than what I paid for it. Rule number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Rule number two, never sell at a loss. It just defeats the purpose. Okay? Do you just sell another call on the same shares? Yep. 86. Can they get assigned on the same day if the option is purchased? Yes, they can. Okay, no. Sheila, any time between the time someone else buys the option and they give you the cash for the option, they can exercise that any time they want, from the time they buy the option until the time the option expires. DLTR, Dollar Tree. Now, I don't know if Dollar Tree has 20 years of increased dividends. Seriously, I don't. Okay? High, low, where was it? Is it? Blah, blah, blah. 107, we're looking at the 108s, 123. That's more than 1%. Okay, that was quick. Look, 107.49. The 108s are going for 123. That's over 1%. Okay, great. Okay, here's the high over here. Here's the low. Okay, last 90 days. She's just dropping. We got a double bottom here, 102.92. She's going to the upside. Great. Let's look at the last 30 days, because the whole picture changes from the 90-day chart to the 30-day chart. Okay, so 30 days ago, we're at 108.01. Okay, a couple of days later, we're at the 30-day bottom on the 26th at 101.85. Okay, a couple of days later, 30-day top, 109.47. A week later, we got another 30-day bottom at 104.43. Shoots back up, shoots back down, shoots back up, shoots back down. Yeah, this one has no rhyme or reason to it. She should be going to the downside. Now, what does it normally do this time of year? For that, we need the seasonality. The blue line represents what it's doing this year. Well, that's easy to see. The red line represents what it's doing for the last 10 years. This is the time frame I want to see right here. Yeah, so she's going to be in a little bit of a downturn in the next couple of days, or the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be a no for DLTR for me. Real estate flipper. How many days to the upside do you like? I like 2. from a 30-day bottom or any bottom, I like 2 days to the upside. Sheila, it depends on the buyer. I had my shares assigned to me early before. Yep. Snapchat's going to be a no. Expiration was on the same Friday. Yep. Sheila, usually on a Friday, but it's stock, blah, blah, blah. Hi, James. Have you done BMY yet? Bristol Myers Squibb. No, I have not. So let's take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY. Now, Bristol Myers Squibb has been around for over 100 years. Okay, look at the high, look at the low, look at the pop, see where it's jumped up? Look at that. Interesting. Okay, so BMY is at 42.72. The 43 is going for 82 cents. That's over 2%. Well, great. Look at the last 30 days, last 90 days. 45, she drops. Back up, back down, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up. She should be coming to the downside at the moment. Should be. Last 30 days. Okay? 30 days ago, take a look. 30 days ago, 41 bucks. Okay? The previous 30-day high was 43. She drops down, and the 5th of July is the bottom, 39.35. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. She should be pulling back at this moment in time. She's bouncing off that 30-day high over there. LA, CAG, we already looked at that. It was already a no. I missed all these questions. What was the stock he just did the example on? Bristol Myers Squibb. Bro, I'm homeless. Sorry about that, Evan. Do you actually have to sell your call manually on Friday, or does it automatically in Friday PM? Now, usually, Colibri, usually they expire on Saturday, and Saturday they do all the swappy changing thingies. But some brokers require you to buy it back, and they will not let it expire. Some companies will do that. Okay? Some of them will just let it expire. If they don't exercise the option, then they lose the premium, and you keep the stock. Exactly, Sheila. Wouldn't selling at a loss help with tax harvesting, especially if the devalued asset is a lost cause? Rob, you're right about that. However, it goes against my principles, okay? I don't invest to lose money. I don't tax harvest. I have my account set up in a certain way where I don't have to pay taxes, okay? That's just the way my account is set up. Which ticker is this? This is BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. It's over 100 years old. 14 more to go. What software do you use? Colin, that's not software. That is a trading platform called Think or Swim. It was created by a trader, a professional trader. It has really cool stuff on it. And this is the one I've been using for the past 15 years. It makes me feel bad to say that. Manny, how are you doing over there? Whoops. Is this selling covered calls? Crypto, yes it is. If James bought DAL at 43, does he immediately sell the 43, meaning right at the money? Yes, that's exactly right. Or his cost basis, correct again. Do I have to hold stock a year to get the dividends? No, believe it or not, that was the misconception I had also. I thought in order to qualify for dividends, I had to own the stock for a year. But you don't have to. You only have to own it for a day. You buy it the day before the EX date, and you're entitled to the dividend. It's weird, I know. J-Boy Fly. Yes, you keep the premium. Wash, rinse, repeat. Yep. Ashton Gage. CrowdStrike, Nancy Pelosi bite. Don't even bother. I don't even bother with that woman. She makes my stomach curl. All right, 86. You know, keep, yep, up. All these questions. You guys are answering all these questions for me. Great. Regardless, you keep the premium no matter what. Exactly. Thoughts on O Navy? O Navy. What the heck is O Navy? Old Navy? OLD Navy? I don't know. Thoughts on Macy's? Sorry, Ringo, we already did Macy's a while ago. If trading gods would let you invest in only 3 stocks, what would they be? Don't annoy the gods. Well, it would be Macy's, Nordstrom's, and Kohl's. Those are my 3 big winners for the year. Think tax harvesting is cool. No, Jerry, I don't. Should I hold overnight on NQ1 futures? I don't do that one, Penny, sorry. Crypto Slaver, how do you never sell at a loss? How is that possible? Let me think. See if I can explain this to you in a manner that you'll get it. If I buy Bristol Myers Squibb first thing tomorrow morning at 42.72, 42.72 is my entry price. That means at no point in time for the rest of my days will I sell it below 42.72. I will sell it at 42.72. I'll sell it at 42.73. I'll sell it at 42.74. I'll sell it at 55. I'll sell it at 95. But I will not sell it below 42.72. It just goes against the principle. Why are you investing first if you're going to buy something and sell it at a loss? It makes no sense. So why do it? Remember rule number 1. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Stocks go up, stocks go down. If you think you're going to buy a stock and it's only going to go up, you're sadly mistaken. Someone is lying to you. Stocks go up, they go down. All right. Don't. People do it because they overinvest and lack liquidity. Well, Adam, I understand that. I've been selling CSP on Monday for Friday's expiration. Do you think my time frame is too short? Oh, absolutely not. I don't know what CSP is. CSP. I have no idea what CSP is. American Strategic Income Portfolio Inc. Blah, blah, blah. It's not popping up, whatever that is. I am not clear on what do you exactly do on Friday at 4 p.m. Well, nothing. At 4 p.m. the market's closed. Now, I have a live trading group where people watch me trade and actually I help them with their trading. Okay, I don't give advice, I just go through the numbers. I will tell you, I'll give my interpretation of the charts, exactly the same thing I'm doing here. I'll give my interpretation of the numbers, exact same thing I'm doing here. But it's live, and it's actually live trading. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 9 a.m. until about 10, 10:30, 11, when you guys are done asking questions. Now, on Friday, options expire. They don't actually expire on Saturday, but you can't do anything on a Saturday, so ultimately, you can't do anything after 4 p.m. on Friday. So on Friday, our live trading is at 3 o'clock. So that way, everybody in the live trading gets to look at their position, or have me look at their positions and give my opinion on them. Just my opinion. It's not a recommendation. Okay, so if I buy AT&T at 1857, all right, and I sell the 1850s, and I get my 1%, my 41 cents, which is over 2%, great. What happens on Friday if the stock is at 1849 or 1851? Well, what's going to happen? Well, we don't know until we get there on Friday. What do the numbers look like? What are the numbers telling me? What is the chart telling me? Okay, certain things. I cannot answer the questions on Friday at 3 p.m. today because a lot can happen between now and Friday at 3 p.m. or Friday at 4 p.m. Does my daughter still trade? Not as much as I wish she did. Okay, oops. Sheila, so if the stock is below strike price, you just keep the stock. Sorry for the million questions. Well, Sheila, that's what we're here for. Okay, I'm here to help you be a better trader, for you to take advantage and take control of your own money. There's no questions that are silly unless you ask the same questions over and over again, which you haven't. And once you start asking me the same questions over and over again, I'll have to block you. But I don't think you're going to do that. But that's a good, valid question. If the stock is below your strike price on Friday, well, you keep the stock and you keep the money, and you get to do it again on Monday. Don't worry about the stock going down, because the stock is going to go down. Okay? It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. That's all stocks do. See, look. Take a look at the chart. AT&T. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? If you could buy it at the bottom, 2 days the upside, then you jump in. Okay, great. You make your money in the stock market when you buy low and you sell high. Taking an account from 50 grand to $1 million goal for futures, and I'm at 220 in 1 week. Penny, that's awesome. You're in the wrong audience there, kiddo, because that's not what I'm looking for. Did you get Verizon when it dropped? No, I did not. Sorry. Boomba. So if the stock moves against you, do you just hold? Yeah, well, Boomba, here's the question. Remember rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. You're going to buy it, it's going to go down. You're going to buy it, it's going to go up. It's a 50-50 shot. Make sure you have the odds and probabilities in your favor in the first place. Now, the reason why I like using the calendar to help me make my picks is because July is here. We're in the 22nd. I want to look the next 2 weeks out. What's the next 2 weeks out? Well, that's in August, right? So these are the stocks I want to look at. Those are the only ones I want to look at. I had 300 companies. 300 to look at. No. I only want to look at the ones that have their dividends coming up in the next 2 weeks. All right, so you had good companies consistently increasing their dividends for more than 20 years. That means they're consistently profitable. Simple, right? Now, we just looked a little while ago, earlier today. It's 9,596 companies that you can invest in at any time. But there's only about 300 that have consistently increased their dividends every single year. And they have weekly options. Those are the only 300 I want to look at. Great. I'm going to throw them into the calendar. Why? I throw them into the calendar because the calendar tells me what to look at and when. Because stocks have a tendency to go up in value just before they pay the dividend. And then after the dividend, they have a tendency to go down in value. Okay? It is elementary. If it's going to go up these 2 weeks, well, why wouldn't I want to buy it here the 2 weeks before it goes up? It only makes sense. It was created for a 9-year-old, and the reason why it's simple, safe, predictable, and consistent was if I like KGC, okay, it's the 23rd. Well, I want to look at it on the 7th. If I like where is it? KGC on the 23rd, that's the dividend. If I like it, I want to go 2 weeks before on a Monday, that's the 7th. So on the 7th, I'm looking at KGC, CMI, COST, NUS, and JNJ. Those are the only ones I'm looking at from this particular list. Now I have a bunch of different lists, so I have anywhere between 5 and 30 stocks every single week to look at. Now when you have 300 stocks and you have to break them down into a calendar, remember they pay every 90 days. So you get the first quarter, January, February, March. Second quarter, April, May, June. Third quarter, July, August, September. Fourth quarter, October, November, December. The first week of the first quarter looks the exact same as the first week of the second quarter, which is the exact same as the first week of the third quarter and the first week of the fourth quarter. There's 4 quarters, 13 weeks in a quarter. So you have 300 companies in a 13-week period. 66 trading days. 300 companies in 66 trading days. An average about four companies a day paying dividends consistently for more than 20 years. Why wouldn't you put your money into those companies? Anyway. What do we have? Do you dollar cost average? When I can afford it, Tom. I can, yes. Sarah, well, hello to you too. Exposing Furious. Because you might have to sell calls for a while if your shares are underwater. Correct. Sheila, 86 repeats the physical process of selling trade, blah, blah, blah. CSP, cash secured. Ooh, I like cash secured puts. I do, but I don't teach it here. Because remember, here, this trading strategy in particular was created for a 9-year-old. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, and no way to lose. Okay, fine. Once you learn this, then you can implement some more stuff. I consider this as a stepping stone. People come, they learn what they need to learn, they get good at it, and then they move on, they learn something else, they add to it. I'm pretty much okay with that. Because you guys are here, you're scratching your head saying, I don't understand this, but you say, oh, I get it, then you start doing it, and then you start making money. Okay, what else can I do? And then you progress away from this. Now, this is a great place to start because it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent, it's shooting for 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. If you're not getting 50% per year, someone is not telling you something that you may need to know. Adam, do you ever consider technical chart indicators? Yeah, no, sorry, I don't. I like simple charts. Simple. Okay? Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Okay? Last 90 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? 30 days. Okay? Last 30 days. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Well, it's at a 30-day bottom right now. A big gap down. Yeah, AT&T at this moment in time. Is that right? It is. Check that out. AT&T, a big gap down and the 30-day bottom. This would be a good opportunity to take a look at this tomorrow. Because with a gap down, yeah, it's going to fill eventually. It's AT&T, of course it's going to fill. Which means it's here, it's going to go back up. Okay, so what is tomorrow going to look like? So we're going to put AT&T down so we can take a look at it tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, if it's an up day, if it's higher than 1855, great, that's one day of the upside. I personally like 2. Okay, because you have to isolate a 30-day bottom. Here's the previous 30-day bottom here. Okay, all these days are higher than that one. Here's a 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 30-day top, new 30-day bottom. Okay, so what's it going to do next? More than likely, it's going to go up. Ooh, uh-oh. 29 more questions. Why are you so against trading after hours? They don't have the same rules. How's that? What time frame do you trade? Not 100% sure what you mean by what time frame do I trade. I trade Monday mornings. That's it. Monday mornings. Tuesday morning, I'll look at my account and see what's going on. Wednesday morning, I'll look at my account and see what's going on. Thursday morning, I'll look at my account and see what's going on. Friday afternoon, before the market closes, I'll really look at my account and see if there's any adjustments I need to make. What is a good platform to use as a beginner? Manny, I like Thinkorswim. Okay, I also like Robinhood. Robinhood's simple and easy. They both have the pros and they both have the cons. It all depends on what your long-term plan is. So I wrote a book about 12 years ago when I actually looked at all the different trading platforms there were. And the book is still available on Amazon. Yeah, all my books are available on Amazon. No, all of them are the last, number 14. I still sell puts and do the wheel strategy. All right, there you go. What website are you using? That's Thinkorswim. CMG. How long do I have to hold Pfizer to get a dividend? Well, Pfizer, I don't know. When does Pfizer pay their dividend? Let's go. It would appear that Pfizer has its dividend this Friday. There's your answer right there. This Friday, Pfizer has its dividend. Crypto, do you make a living from selling covered calls? I'm retired, so I'm not quite sure if that's the same. Okay? The 1% I get from my covered calls on a weekly basis do cover, almost all my my overhead. Explain, Furrows, if all right, I'm missing some. Good evening, everybody. Hey, fascinating football videos here. Little Poppy, what do you think about oil? XOM? Exxon? I like Exxon. XOM. Exxon Mobil. Yeah, but unfortunately for Exxon Mobil, okay, take a look at the chart, just the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago, we're over here at 111. She shoots up, 116, drops back down to a 30-day bottom on the 7th at 110. Here's a 30-day high last Thursday, Friday, and Monday, both down. Yeah, this baby's coming back down. I say sometime the end of this week, beginning of next week, ExxonMobil will be wonderful to jump into. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to write ExxonMobil for next week. It's already on next week's list. So, answers your question there. Take assignment and sell the calls in. Yep. Can you still make a profit if the stock price goes down? Yes, you can. All depends on how you do it. Does it work in a recession? Well, it all depends on what you're doing. All right. See, interesting thing about recessions, people think things go down. Not necessarily so, because money doesn't disappear. It goes from one person to another person. So what you're calling a recession, somebody else is calling a windfall. Okay? Just because you're losing money to someone else. Where do you think the money's going? You think it's just disappearing in thin air? No, it doesn't. It goes from one person to another person. Okay? When the stock market crashed in 2008, somebody made all that money. Who was it? It wasn't me, because I know I lost some money in 2008. I created the trading strategy in 2008 for my daughter. ALB, 2% fit tomorrow. Sheila, did we already look at ALB? Last 30 days for ALB. Ooh, take a look, Sheila. 30 days ago, we opened up at 93. Top of the 30-day period was 102.66. See, 102.66. She dropped down to 90. Jumped back up to 100. And then our new 30-day bottom. I could say yesterday, but it was actually Friday, because we skip weekends and holidays. So today, right here, is Monday. Yesterday was Friday, the 19th. Okay, one day to the upside. I will be looking one more day to the upside before I jump in. So that's a good one to take a look at tomorrow, Sheila. Okay, so the numbers. 93.70. I'm looking at the 94s. The 94s, that's over 2%, Sheila. But here's the thing. Ask yourself the question. Do you like Abelmal at 93? Okay? Just because she's giving you 2% doesn't mean it's going to work. But look at where she is. She had one day to the upside. Look where the high is, way up here. The bottom's way down here. Well, you're in a perfect opportunity if yesterday, Friday, was the 30-day bottom. There's no guarantee, because she dropped. Okay, she drops from here, goes down. Okay, just because today was up, it doesn't mean tomorrow is going to be another update. If it is, great opportunity to jump in. And yeah, it would be 2%. Exposing furrows. Sell calls on your shares to lower the cost basis to collect premiums. Okay. Sheila for tomorrow. Okay. AT&T. Didn't we already do AT&T? Yeah, AT&T is going to be a no. Look where the 30-day high is. Thursday. Look where we are now. Big drop. Now, this big drop is going to fill eventually. Okay, what are we buying it for? 1857s and 1850s, they go for 41. That's well over 2%. But do you like AT&T? And is this a good time to buy it? It could be a good time to buy it because look where it is. It's a new 30-day bottom. All right, and you have this big gap here. And AT&T, I did write it down for me to take a look at tomorrow because I like 2 days the upside. Is there a specific reason for just the 1%, like tax purposes or something? When you say 1%, do you mean in capital gains, dividends, or both combined? All right, Crypto Slayer. What I mean by 1%. Let's see if I can. All right. What do I mean by 1%? This is my website, the 10-Minute Trader. These are my trades right here. At the beginning of the year, account number 1 started out with $117,000, $117,475. Okay, 1% of that is $1,170 a week. 1% of $111,000 is $1,100 a week. That's my goal on this particular account. My goal on this particular account, $100,000 in cash, $100,000 in margin. So my 1% would be $1,000 because 100,000 is my money, 100,000 is the broker's money. That's borrowed money. I have to pay interest on that. I do not suggest anyone do a margin account until you get proficient at what you're doing and you understand the risks and rewards. There's a lot of rewards, but there's also a lot of risk too. I have to borrow that money. That's borrowed money that I am trading. Okay? But all cash, 1% of 111,000 or 117,000 is $1,100 a week. That's what I mean by 1% per week. $1,100 a week on a $111,000 account, $117,000 account. Hope that's self-explanatory. Okay, now why is it specifically 1%? Greed. That's it. Could I sit in front of my computer and get 2%, 3%? Yes, I could. But you have a trade-off, and you have to figure out what that trade-off is going to be. Now, when you get retired, okay, when you get to a certain point in your life, you realize money has less value. Free time to do whatever you want has more value to it because I can make as much money as I want, but what I can't do is make more time. I'm 60 years old, okay? I have seen a lot of my friends and my schoolmates die, okay? It's a fact of life. I'm 60. I'm grateful to be here, okay? So I have this little nest egg. It makes me 1% per week, 10 minutes a day, sometimes 15, 20 minutes a day. Okay, fine. That amount of money is enough to pay all my bills. I am happy as a clam. I do not need a Lamborghini. I do not need a private jet. Do not need to have a house on a private island. I don't need those things. I like to be with my kids and being where my grandson is. Me and my grandson hung out in the pool today. It was a blast. We had popsicles. We didn't have any peanut butter and jelly, though. I think we had goldfish crackers. But as you get older, your time and your values change. I don't value money as much as I used to in my younger days. My kids all have their own houses, except my daughter. She's only 25. She hasn't bought a house yet. But I told her, house, wedding. You ain't getting both. Because I helped my sons, both my older sons, both buy a house. So my daughter, when it's her turn, house, wedding, you ain't getting both. Anyway, besides the point. So let's get back to where we were. It's 11:25. We're almost done. We got 19 more questions. Maybe I'll get through with it. Look at AT&T 3 months. Looks high still. It does look high still, but look at where we currently are. I don't look too far in the past because the past doesn't really give us an idea of what we want to do now because we are where we are right now, the last 30 days. This is 30 days ago, okay? This is 1 week here, another week, another week, another week. Now we're on week number 5. So where's it going in the next 5 days? Well, the way the chart looks, okay, it looks as if she should turn and go back up again. That's the way it looks. Is that guaranteed? No. Tomorrow will give us a more clearer picture of where it's going to go. It's either going to be higher or lower tomorrow. Oh, so here's an interesting one for you. And I'm not quite sure. Wade, I'm not quite sure if you've seen this, Wade. Look at the last trade, 1855. The bid, 1856. The ask, 1857. Both the bid and the ask are both higher. So that means the market maker is going to push it to the upside tomorrow. Robin, here's what kids use. Okay, fine. My grandson has his account at Robinhood. I also have an account at Robinhood. What percentage of your account, what percentage of your account do you dedicate to each trade? I like to keep my trades even. So if I have 4 trades, it's 25%, 25%, 25. If I have 5 trades, it's 20, 20, 20, 20. 6 trades, it's 1750, 1750, 1750, so on and so forth. I like to keep them even. Yes, Pfizer does. I got it. Try for fixing your screens. Now we can see exactly what you're saying. Okay. Okay, I didn't fix my screen specifically for you. I fixed my screen so they can see my t-shirt. That's a no. What the hell were you thinking? I just love those sayings. I got $400 to invest tonight. Where should I start? Pizza and beer. There you go. It's a good investment. Pizza and beer. Get drunk, get fat, and then think about why your life is so messed up or where direction you want to go. You can do whatever you want. Seriously, I can't tell you what to do with $400. Okay? Educate yourself. Think about what it is you want out of life. This is where you are. Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Figure it out. Okay? $400 is not a huge amount that's going to set you aside. It's definitely not enough to live off of. Okay, but figure out where you can best invest it to learn what you need in order to get to where you want to go. Education, that's what I'm going to say. Can you give a TA on Fuel Cell Inc.? No, I can't. I don't know any fuel cell Inc. company that has been around for over 20 years. Do you trade monthlies within a week? No, I don't. I don't trade the monthlies at all, even if it's in within the last 5 days or 7 days to the expiration date. No, because if you miss your goal, if you miss that target, you're stuck in that company for another 4 weeks. Yeah, Ted, 1% is easy. That's why I shoot for it. But 1% per week is over 50% per year. No one gets 60% APY. All right, so I love people like you. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, Ted, here's my trades for the year. Okay, they're online, the10minutetrade.com. You can check them out. Okay, here's all of them. From week 1, 2.12%, 1.3, 0.85, 0.9, 1.03, 1.06, 1.9, 2.03, 2.32, 4.63, 3.9, 0.9, 1.2, 1.5, 1.2, 1.19, 1.19, 2.61, 1.24, 0.7, 1.2, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, negative 0.15. It's 1 week I didn't make any money. 1.5, 3.7, 5.2. Add them all up together. At this moment in time, we are in week number 30. Week 30 of 52. We have 22 more weeks to go. I am currently at, in count number 1, 46.1%. Okay, fine. Let's look at count number 2, just for the fun of it. Account number 2. Week 1, 2.38, 2.5, 1.3, 1.43, 2.97, 2.09, 3.02, 3.7, 2.05, 5.04, 6.5, 11.3, 2.3, 5.7, 6.7, 4.4, 1.65, 1.65, 0.992, 4.08, 8.57, 4.7, 8.57, 1.87, 2.16, 0.3, 3%. And I haven't figured out 26, 27, 28, or 29 so far. And that account, my friend, is 69.5%. So when you say nobody gets 60% annual percentage rate, we're in week number 30. Account number one's got 46.1%. Account number two has 69.5%. So I'm not quite sure where your math is going, but my math is pretty simple. I have listed here each and every single trade I did. Timestamp right there. July 8th, 2024, 10:27 a.m. 09 by 10 WBA, 10 call, 211, blah, blah, blah. They're all there. Okay, do the math yourself. Don't do the math. Perfectly fine. You can take my math if you want. 5.2% for that week. Okay, 3.37 for that week. The math is all there. So when you say nobody gets it, I'm going to disagree with you. I've been getting well over 50% almost every single year for the past 15 years. Last year I didn't get it because I had 3 losers. I had Target, PPG, and Kimberly Clark. That's impossible. Sell the APY. Okay. All right, Ted, going to have to disagree with you, but thank you for playing along. You get a consolation prize. And contribute larger amount to just the one account. Don't know what you mean there, Wildcat. James, you are a blessing. Thank you so much for helping. Yep. For your morning group, do you help walk beginners through trades if they need it? Sheila, come on. You know better to ask that question. You're all part of the morning group, and I do help you. So for those of you that aren't part of the morning group, yes, I do. I walk people through the trades, but you have to decide what it is. I can't do it for you. That's the account I need to be in, Sage. Where are these listed? The 10-minute trader. Okay? If you go right up here to my bio right there, it's my pretty little face on the top left corner. Yeah, click on that. That will bring you to my little bio, the little envelope which you can send me messages, or you can go right to my webpage, The 10-Minute Trader. It's right there in the bio. His website, look in his links. Yep, that's where it is. It's all there. Great job. Woohoo. Huh? I mean step by step. Yes, Sheila, I will. Sorry about that, Wildcat. Juan, when can I throw $60,000 in? Okay, Juan, you are new here, dude. I wouldn't suggest you throwing anything anywhere until you come back every once in a while. We'll have a chat. Okay, this is not for everyone. This is slow. This is boring. This is monotonous. This is the same thing over and over and over again. The first quarter looks exactly like the second quarter, which looks exactly like the third quarter. It's over and over again. Hey, Ty, how you doing? So, Searles family, can you do technical analysis on Fuel Inc? Why? Okay, seriously, I'm asking you a question. Searles family, you want me to do technical analysis on Fuel Cell Inc? Well, number one, you got to give me the ticker symbol, because I've never heard of Fuel Cell Inc. Okay, so if I've never heard of it, the chances of it having 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options, I don't miss very much. I've been doing this for a long time, and there's a lot of people in the trading groups and a lot of people in the Discord. Okay, so I've never heard of Fuel Cell Inc. Should I have one main account, contribute a larger amount to several accounts, contribute a smaller amount? Wildcat, I can't answer that question for you. Yeah, 86. Of course it's going to be a no. Because number one, I've never heard of the company. And how long have fuel cell companies been in business? I've heard of a few, a couple of decades ago. But none that have any kind of profits on a consistent basis, especially 20 years of increased dividends. What's a good amount to start an account with using a strategy? Cassidy Key Darlington, how are you today? Well, first of all, number one, you're new here. Number two, I always suggest people that are new here, just keep coming back. I'm here every night, 9 p.m. to 11:30. I'll walk you through it. It's not that difficult. It was created for a 9-year-old. You've got to decide what is right for you. I always tell people, do some Monopoly. It's paper trading. You sign up with an account. Thinkorswim will allow you to do that. Okay, I've been trading for over 20 years. I still have a paper trading account. Okay, because I still make mistakes. I like to go through and check out new trading strategies in my paper trading account so I don't make any risks. Okay, then when I'm satisfied with my ability with the paper trading account, then I will put in some real money, and that is totally up to you. But look at it this way, Cassidy. Okay, at one point in life, you are going to retire. All that money you have in your 401k, your IRA, your Roth, wherever you have your money set up for your retirement, it's there somewhere. Okay, because if you work 40 hours a week, you're gonna realize at one point in time you're gonna need to retire. Money is gonna have to come from somewhere. We are the only species on this planet that has to pay to be here. So wherever your money is, it's gonna have to give you a return for you to live comfortably. So here's the question. Who has more interest in your money than you? If you're not investing your own money, you're giving up responsibility to someone else, and then you're paying them for that service. So what I'm doing here is showing you a simple, safe, predictable, consistent strategy. It's called covered calls. Now, I only do pre-qualified dividend stocks, and those are companies that have consistently increased their dividends. The dividend is mine and your share of the profits. When a company is profitable, they have two choices. Take those profits and put them back into the company for capital growth. I don't do those companies at all. Take those profits or share them with the investors. Those are the companies I look for because I want a portion of those profits, and I want to make sure the company is consistently profitable. So if I'm only looking at companies that have increased their dividends for 20 years or more, okay, there's 300 of them. Plenty to choose from on a weekly basis. And they have weekly options, okay? 26 July, that's this Friday. 2 August, that's next Friday. 9 August, that's the Friday after, the Friday after, the Friday after, the Friday after. Every Friday I can do these trades, all right? Which means I get a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's my goal. That's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm sharing here with you. So at some point, Cassidy, you're going to take all the money you have that you have earned over your lifetime when you retire. You're going to either give it to a money manager to manage it for you, and then you get whatever he gives you. Or you can say, oh, hell with that, I can do this shit. AT&T, you know who AT&T is. AT&T goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Great. If I buy it today at 1857, I sell the 1857, collecting 1%. That's over 2% for the week. AT&T, 2% for the week. Ask yourself the question, do I like AT&T? Do I like it at 1857? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Okay? And when I buy it, is it going to go up or going to go down? Yes, it is. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. If you buy it, it's going to go down. But if you buy it, it's going to go up. It goes one way or the other. But right at this moment in time, it is here. It's at a 30-day bottom. Okay? You're going to make money in the stock market by buying low, selling high. If you like AT&T, great. You buy it just before the dividend. It pays a dividend every 90 days. You buy it just before the dividend, gets you 1%, great. You get out of it, buy Pfizer. Pfizer, grab their dividend, thank you. Buy Ford. Take your dividend, get your percentage, go to the next company. I look at over 300 different companies. Let me give you a quick little idea of what I'm talking about. Okay? Mendeley's. Okay? Mendeley's, US Bank, Globe Life, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, MasterCard, Verizon, AbbVie, Procter & Gamble, Bank Mellon, Capital One Finance, DHI, Wells Fargo, ATVI, Aon, Ally Bank. Okay, these are on Warren Buffett's list. Okay, these I never question at all. If it's there, I buy it. Plain and simple. Let's look at August. Siri, Louisiana Pacific Railroad, Visa, Apple, Jeffries, UPS, Kroger, Heimlich and Payne, Chevron, Moody's, DEO. What is DEO? That must be a new one. Diego. Never even heard of those. Johnson & Johnson, Bank of America, General Motors, Kraft Heinz. God, you've heard of every one of these companies. Why are they not on your list? Okay, Johnson & Johnson, they've been in business for over 100 years. Kroger, I have no idea how long they've been in business. So I can't really tell you the amount to start out with. But I will tell you your best bet is to do paper trading first. Sorry about that. 60,000. I couldn't tell you what to do with 60,000. One account. Can't tell you how long does it take to learn this strategy. Sage. It's really simple. Okay. It was created for a 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. No way to lose. 5 rules. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company has enough increased dividends. I like 20 years myself. Weekly options. I want a weekly paycheck. And then make sure the numbers work. What do I mean by the numbers? Okay, the numbers basically, what am I buying it for? Okay, the ask price right here, what am I buying it for? 1857. The closest strike price is going to be the 1850, and it's selling for 43 cents. That is more than 2%. It's AT&T. Ask yourself a question: do I like AT&T? Do I like it at this price? Am I okay with it? What happens if it goes down? Am I going to keep holding it, or am I going to panic and sell? Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure it has enough increases, dividends. I like 20 years myself. Weekly options. I want a weekly paycheck. And then check the numbers. Cassidy, thank you. Great. All right. Thank you. I'll keep coming back. Learn. Awesome. Okay. I think more on it. All right. I was just thinking out loud. Perfect. That's a great idea about paper trading account. Well, everyone should be doing that. Even when you get good at it. I've been doing it for 20 years and I still paper trade. I have a couple cool trading strategies I'm trying. I have no other choice but to wait and see how they play out. Okay, so we started a couple of samples, all right, and so far they're looking pretty good. But I won't be able to tell for another couple of months to see how it continually plays out. So yeah, I keep doing it. Dogecoin, I don't do anything with cryptocurrency whatsoever. If you get an email, a text, a message saying I got a great deal on cryptocurrency, yeah, that ain't me. There's 27 imposters pretending to be me. Just to let you know, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a bookkeeper, I'm not a professional trader, I'm not a money manager, I'm not a financial planner. I am basically a nobody. I'm the guy down the street, the crazy guy four houses down, four blocks over. That's me. Okay, I have nothing behind my name except for the SR, James Senior. I got James Jr., my son. Okay, now he'll be coming here. He's going to be doing the same thing too. I'm going to be teaching him. For some strange reason, my boys are finally learning to, finally being interested in money. My daughter's always was, but the boys, they wanted nothing to do with the money. So now they're interested because they both own a home and they see that they have a huge amount of equity. What's going to do with the equity? Well, nothing. Great. Well, let's trade it. Get 1% per week. Yeah, but what is that going to affect the property value? It won't affect the property value at all. You should always separate your money from your house because the house is going to appreciate and depreciate all on its own. Why tie two together? Separate them. Do you think Thinkorswim allow you to borrow against your IRA as a loan for emergencies? All right, Kevin, that's a question you really have to ask someone else. I'm not, I mean, I know what the answer is, but I can't give you legal advice because then I would be liable and I have no idea who you are and I don't want to be liable for whatever it is you decide to do. Sorry. Thank you, sir. Is there a practice platform you'd recommend? Yeah, I would recommend Thinkorswim. Okay, you can download Thinkorswim. Now, I don't get any money for it. I get no accolades, nothing whatsoever. You can download Thinkorswim onto your computer. I would suggest not using the online version. The online version is not as good as the version you download onto your computer. Now, I've been using it for over 15 years. I love it. There's a lot to it. And when you get to that point, DM me with your phone number. I'll give you a call. I'll walk you through setting it up. I do it for a lot of people. What's your major holding. All right, definitely asking the wrong question because my holding keeps changing every week. You say, I don't like it at this price. How do we know if the price is good? Well, that's a good question. Do you have a class for a Thinkorswim platform? I'd like to see how to make option trades. Yeah, well, the easiest thing to do, and I tell this to everybody, if you really want to talk to me and have a conversation with me personally, DM me with your phone number. I will give you a call and I can answer as many questions as you want. To a certain degree, of course. I don't want to be on the phone for hours. Do you have a class? Yes, I do. When I say I don't like it at this price, very simple. All right? Take a look at AT&T for the last 30 days. You cannot argue with the numbers because the numbers are what they are. Okay, 30 days ago it opened up at 1842. It just is what it is. Okay, the 30-day high, the previous 30-day high was here on the 1st of July, and that was 1932. Okay, she dropped down to a bottom of 1846, and then she jumped back up to a new 30-day high at 1933, right over here. See it? And then she gaps down and has a new 30-day bottom today. So yeah, when I say I don't like the price at a certain level, well, I like the price of AT&T right where it is, but I will not buy it until I have 2 days to the upside to confirm that this is the bottom and that it's not going any lower. So tomorrow will tell me, is this the 30-day bottom or is this possible 30-day bottom? I like 2 days to the upside, and that we'll figure out tomorrow and Tuesday. No, Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, hopefully that answers that question. We're 10 minutes to 12. Holy cow, we're still going. Sage, smart man, thank you. Net worth. Yeah, you spelled it right. Top 3 stocks you hold: Macy's, Nordstrom's, and Kohl's. I'll DM you so you can walk me through setting up Thinkorswim account. All right, Arrow. Do you have life insurance and borrow against it once it's paid for? You're talking my language. You're talking about IULs and VULs. Ooh, that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, it is past 11:30. I'm out of here. Catch you guys again tomorrow. So you guys have a great day. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Shutting down, shutting down, shutting down, shutting down.